What's happening, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? Let's set this thing up and get things rolling. All right, I got music going. Audio good? Audio good. Hold on, my mic might be a little low. Nope, mic's good. Mic's looking good. Music playing. Camera? Camera following me? All right, I got my updated camera. This one should be in even better quality. Looks like the lighting on it is even more natural. So that's cool. Looking forward to using that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. How's everybody doing? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me, see me, all that good stuff before we get too deep. Tiger Flower, what's happening? Man, long time no see. From Father, how are you? I did see there were some comments earlier. Let me see if I can pull them up. John Doe said, need dimensional accuracy test or this is worthless. I don't know if we're going to get to testing the machine today. This is mostly going to be an unboxing and first print. I usually like to set it up, check it out, see the build quality, and then print whatever is on the SD card. And then I take weeks to months to test the machine. So you're definitely not going to be seeing any of that today. So this is worthless, which is fine for me. Then Don Alber, hello, said, I'm excited to see this. I was hoping Feder, hey, that's me, could test if the build plate from the Bamboo X1C or the P1 will fit. I already have 2 cryo. I'm not sure about that. I think this machine's 250 by 250, so we'll see. I'll test it. I can definitely check that. Somebody in the comments reminds me. That would be even better. We are on Twitch as well, so if you guys have Twitch, give me a follow on there as well. Trying to expand on that platform, trying to figure it out a little bit. I mostly still am just sticking to YouTube while also jumping on Twitch and kind of learning as I go there. But still, I have some good friends on Twitch. They love it. There's definitely some good people over on Twitch that are not on YouTube, so doing both of those. We have 2 sponsors like this for today's video. One is PCB Way. At some point when this machine is doing its own thing and we have like 15 minutes to 20 minutes to kind of just wait, I'll go over some of what makes PCB Way great. Also, Polymaker gives us some filament to give away. And there should be a pinned comment at the top of the chat. Let me turn my music down. It's really loud, at least on my end. There should be a pinned comment at the top of the chat on both YouTube and on Twitch. And if you guys jump into that link, it takes you to gleam.io. If you guys are going to be sticking around, it tells you how much time is left. At the end of that, we'll be picking 2 winners. And we're going to be doing 2 winners today because I took last week off from streaming. And I technically can give away 1 every stream. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to give away 2 for this one because I'm excited to test another machine. This is machine number 79, by the way, which is pretty cool. I don't know which machine is going to be 80, but that's pretty fun. Let's see. Crimping ain't easy. That's right. Hey, Da Vinci, how you doing? Mark M. Hey, Canuck, what's happening, man? I haven't even gotten a chance to catch up with everything. I just came home from work, and I'm here now. But how you doing? Quinn, man, how are you? How are you today? Simpler 3D printer around Anycubic. Mine's a Cobra 3 combo. Okay. I've heard mixed things about the Cobra, so I'm excited to check out, well, the Cobra 3. So I'm excited to check out the S1. I'm definitely, more machines look like this now, so I'm excited to see how they did it. And the price seems to be pretty good. Hit 100 degrees in New England. Well, it was 97 and 103 heat index today in Maryland as well. So it's hot. It's hot. Staying out of the heat, Mark, is what we're talking about here. Tulsa skin. Well, the camera reversed, or what happened? Is it reversed? Is this reversed? Is this reversed? Whoa! Okay. We got some movement. Is it reversed? Oh yeah, it is. Look at that. Hold on. We can fix this. Also, thank you. Let's fix this real quick. Where is it? Image. Exposure. Nope. Image style. Nope. Image style. What does that mean? Device sleep. No, thank you. Direction flip. Nope, that didn't do it. All right, audio, nothing there. Mirror image, view and gimbal reversed. No. Okay, this one. It's got to be this. Hey, there we go. Yep, you're right. Yeah, there we go. That's looking right. Okay. Thank you for that. That was probably looking all kinds of weird, huh? That's funny. I appreciate that. Excited to see your thoughts. I've had this for about 4 months now. Okay, Mr. Scary's cool. How do you like it? Let me know. Let me know if you're digging it or not, or if there's something specific, or you don't have to say anything, and I'll just kind of find out as we go. You know, looks strange. Yeah, I answered. Awesome. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? Which one's mine? What do you mean? What number? That's a good question. I don't know if I can pull them up like that. Let's see. It's not necessarily simple. Reporting? 7? There's been 7 entries. I know that. Let's see. Oh, I have to like individually click. No, so I can't see until the contest is over. I can't see who entered what, and who wrote what. And actually, that's pretty cool. Now that I think about it, that's pretty fair. That way, I can't just like select somebody or something like that. So yeah, I can't see who the person is until it's all over. So I can't even tell you that. Videos backwards. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know. I need my own 11 channel. I have 11 printers. Yeah. Time to get on it. I started with 2. I started the channel with 2. So. Had nothing but bad luck with Anycubic. Just want to see how your luck is on this printer. Hey, Wilmar. Yeah, I'm excited to jump in. I've only had one other Anycubic, and that was a really, really long time ago. I had the Resin Zero, Photon Zero, many years ago. Many years ago. It was my first resin printer, and that's it. Anycubic was one of those companies that I could never reach and get in touch with. There's still 2 left. There's Elegoo and Soval. That's it. Every other 3D printing company that's kind of like popular in the consumer world, I've gotten in contact with in some way, shape, or form. So hopefully those 2 reach out at some point also. But yeah, I'm excited to check out more Anycubic stuff. Like I said, I wanna see all of them. You know. Hey Nico, what's happening? What's happening? How are you, man? And good to see you in the Discord, by the way. Doug does stuff. Channel struggles with a Kobra S1. Interesting. I don't know that channel, but I'll definitely check it out. Early adopter, but now it's printing on the same level as my Plus 4 and Q1 Pro. Nice. Yeah, both awesome machines. I was just talking about the Plus 1 and Q1 Pro today at the office. Great machines. I have the K3 and it was bad. Got the S1 and I love it. The Dual Ace Pro and now Cool Bed comes tomorrow. Nice. Cool, Iceman. Good to hear. All right. So we went over what we're doing, how you can get in on Polymaker's giveaway, when we're going to be talking about PCB Way. What else? Oh, okay. So the camera. Let's touch upon that. Might as well get it done now. So I am using the brand new OBSBot 4K. They did send me this for the channel. I specifically wanted it for my live streams. I've been using OBSBot cameras for a while now. I've had the, I'm still using my my second camera is the Tiny 4K, and then this was the Meet 4K. This was my original the second camera, and it's fantastic. It's really small, great quality, fantastic camera. I'm still going to be sticking it around for getting some cool angles for when I shoot video, because it's really small. You can put it in all kinds of wacky spots. But yeah, this is a this camera right here is a much higher quality camera. I'm sure you guys can tell that for a stream, this looks great. At least on my playback right now, it is looking real good. So 4K playback, even though it's not fully supported yet by YouTube, I believe it is by Twitch now. But anyway, guys, if you are interested in a camera like this, I added a link down below to OBSBot. Definitely check that out. They're going to have a sale coming really soon. I'll have more of that information in a video that I'm editing right now. Hopefully by the end of the week, I should have that going to members and everyone else. So yeah, check out OBSBot. We'll get in on that a little bit later. All right, what else? What else? That's all, right? One more little update thing is I finally, after all this time, I don't even know if you guys know about this. So my Magneto X, which is one of my favorite machines, has a bad Y-axis cable. Something in it, you know, from flexing over and over again, I guess went bad, and I was losing magnetism on the X-axis or Y-axis, and it was just dying, and I couldn't print with it forever. That's why it's been turning like this. It's actually fully apart. You kind of see the cables there. I've been troubleshooting it forever, and I reached out to them for a new cable, and they had to make me one. It's been a really long time. I'm super excited to get this machine back because I love it. The 400 by 300 size is actually pretty useful. Sometimes I do want to print a little bit longer, and it doesn't always have to be like a square. It's mostly a rectangle, so the size actually happens to be pretty good, and it's just such a robust machine. I love it. So finally get to fix that. I want to keep that on my desk even if it gets in the way because yeah, I want to print with that thing. What else? I've had it with cheap printers until they started to print money. I'm standing still. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being a thing, especially if you're really trying to produce something and you're not in it for just like the hobby of the printer. You do want to print. I get it. And that's why there's not a budget discrepancy, but that's why there's so many different machines on different budget levels. It's for that. Some people need to save money because they can't afford the other types of machines, and you kind of have to just put up with certain things. Sometimes there is a diamond in the rough, and you could get a really good deal on a printer, but sometimes it's worth just spending the extra money and getting something quality, or better yet, building your own. And if you are sick and tired of certain machines or the way that they do it or how companies do some things, definitely suggest building a Voron maybe or a similar project. I don't think you'll regret it because the quality is unbelievable. I just got the Sovol SV06 Ace Plus since Father's Day and running like a beast. Nice. Good to hear. All right. Before we jump into the unboxing, let's go ahead and jump into the browser view here. And why isn't this filled? There we go. And let's check out the marketing. Right. So there's links for this down below as well. So if you guys are interested in the machine, check it out. So on their main website, it is a little bit cheaper than on Amazon. So check that out if you have to. I do not have an affiliate link with Anycubic. You got to get the American-made printer from Fusion. I saw. I'm definitely interested in checking it out, as always. I'm interested to hear how people's reactions to the machine are. Because I know, like, Prusa gets a bad rep for not being, like, you know, having every single possible feature. And here comes this machine that's 3 times more, you know, for being American-made, which obviously has a huge thing with along with that. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear how what the community thinks of it. Yeah, true. Yeah, they've been teasing it. I don't know if you follow along. They've been teasing it more and more lately, so it's got to be on the cusp. All right, anyway, so Anycubic Kobra S1, we have the combo over here. The combo is $450 from them and $599 from Amazon, which I actually think is a pretty fair price. Plus Amazon, you know, there's no hassle. If something's wrong, you know what to do. I do got to say that this is a good-looking machine. Like, it looks slick. It has these nice little angles. It just looks good. And it also, I guess because of the colors that they use everywhere, it looks friendly. Like, they did a pretty good job. It doesn't look like something intimidating. Kind of like the +4 can look intimidating to some folks. This looks good. Nice, friendly. I think it's a pretty affordable price, and the spec sheet looks pretty good. So obviously we got 250 by 250 by 250, which is nice. Compatible with all major filaments. I'm not sure why they need to write that, but it makes sense. So speeds up to 600, so just as fast as pretty much everything else out there. They're claiming that it's really quiet, but there's a print mode, so it looks like it's going to be like a slower, you know, and the fan's running lower mode for 44. The hot end, this is surprising. The hot end goes to 320, which is really important. That means at 320, which you're probably not going to be not going to be printing at, maybe 310. You can print PPSCF and PPACF, and that's incredible. Like, that's really, really great. So as long as this machine can hold its temperature inside of this chamber and get hot enough, this is pretty compelling at this price point. So definitely excited to test that at some point. Anycubic slicer next. What does that mean? Anycubic slicer next, and Anycubic app upgrade. So I definitely don't have the slicer yet or the app, so that's something we'll do a little bit later, post unboxing and all that fun stuff. A little bit later, probably in the review. I am going to be comparing. The whole goal of this is to compare this to the likes of FlashForge 85X. The 85X is $100 cheaper, but this machine is enclosed, so I think they play together. Both have major ups and downs and pluses and minuses, so I think that'll be a fun comparison. All right, let's see. So what else we got? So that was pretty much it on the specs, I think. Yeah, 320. That's a big surprise. 600. Anything specific here? Look at that cat. Maybe my cat will come down. We'll do this test. This is pretty cool that you can get parts. I like that. Like to see that. Let's see. Free multicolor model download. Okay. Anything else? Perfectly supports TPU. Interesting. That's a big deal. So the other major thing that this has is that the AMS system that they call... what do they call their AMS system? Combo. Is there a name for the actual unit? There is. There is. I've heard people say it a million times. Anyway, usually, you know, the cool part is that it's heated, and not only heated, it can be heated while running, which is pretty important. So I'm looking at that. The fact you can't use the Orca slicer with it, and have to use their Goofy slicer, you can't use Orca with it? Why? I didn't know that. I don't like that. We're gonna get it to work somehow. Barton Fink, how you doing? Have you done any printing in PCTG? Polycarbonate? What's the TG? I've printed polycarbonate. I'm not sure what TG is. Finally broke down and got a roll to see how it does versus PLA and PETG. I've printed in so many filaments. I would say pretty much I would say almost all of them. I even have some peak, but I'm not sure what PCTG is. Maybe I'm just missing something. The FlashForge 85X doesn't have an enclosure, but prints okay. I have one of those too. Yeah. Yes, that's accurate. That's accurate. I mean, you go to slice your own models. I would recommend using PLA Plus print profile. That seems to be what mine likes. To print PLA. Okay, thank you, Mr. Scary. I appreciate that. Hey, 3D Medic, how you doing? You can use Orca to slice, but not to send wirelessly. Oh, I see. So they're... Okay, here's the thing. Is this using Klipper or something proprietary? Because that's interesting. That's something I didn't look into. Kobra S1 Klipper. 5 months ago. Thank you for comment. The firmware used in the printer firmware is developed by our company. Okay. It's Klipper. They all run it now. You use open source and modify, rename it. Well, they can't. So if this is true, then they can't say this. It's quite literally illegal. Yes, it is. Look at the printer info with Orca. It shows Klipper as a firmware type. I don't like that. I always give companies a hard time about this, and I will continue to do so. I'm going to look closely into this. Here's an OS. For some Anycubic Cobra 3D printers, specifically the ones running Cobra OS, see below for details. But running Wrinkles... you will keep all stock Anycubic features, print screen, Anycubic tools, calibration, and get even more, like mainsail and fluid with Moonraker. Okay, so it's running Klipper. S1 combo right here. So it looks like we can get root access, which I will immediately do. From the release page, you'll find installer. Okay. Touch to install, update Wrinkle system firmware updates. Okay, so it looks like looks like you can get it to run fluid, which means as soon as you do this part, you'll be able to use Orca how you want. But that's mind-boggling to me that they would say that officially. I will definitely be reaching out to my rep about that. Like I said, I do that with every single company. I don't think they should be taking advantage of Klipper like that and just, you know, standing on the shoulders of giants while calling it their own. I don't like that. So if that's the case, I will be first in line to have a chat with them about that. All right, first of all, let me fix the colors on my camera. Something just looks like I am a little bit green or something. Here, let's do. What is it? Auto exposure? No, it's not exposure. Let's see what auto looks like. It's a little warm. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's a little too much. Somewhere 4300, right? A little less green. Here, let's go a little bigger for a second. No, I'm still green. And this is too warm. All right, what's auto looking like? All right, let's go back. Let's go 4300. And then see if saturation can be turned up a little bit. Maybe that's all too much, but at least I have realistic color to my skin. All right, somewhere there looks good. Let's reduce the contrast a bit. Yeah, okay, this is looking a little better. Hue. Aha, here we go, I found it. There we go, here we go. Bring it on, right there. Cool. All right, that looks a little bit better. Sorry about that, guys. Can't help myself. Gotta look good, you know? Not me, like the camera. All right, so Ace Pro, thank you. They call it Kobra OS. I mean, you know, Creality did this, and we all gave them a really hard time. I specifically gave them a hard, even in person, when I talked to the reps when they visited here, I gave them a hard time about it, so I'll continue. Hey, Lamberth. Hey, Mark S. Operating remotely a big issue for me. My printer's in the basement. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be switching this thing. You know if it's available? Yeah. Yep. No, and you can't void a warranty with this. No, that's bonkers. Must need some fluff in your life. Yeah. I haven't had any for a minute. I did have some shashlik today though. We talked about this, Feder. Green is good. All right, crew. All right, anyway, so we checked out some of their marketing. It looks like pretty standard stuff. And what is this? Why? Oh, I see. I was trying to zoom. Interesting. So firmware solution, Kobra OS. So I have a feeling that they did a really similar thing, you know, that Creality did at first. They called it Creality OS. They still do, but now they give you root access because of the lashing out. So we'll see. I'll test it. I'm not gonna let this deter what I think about the machine for now. Like I said, this is gonna, you know, I'm gonna be checking out the unboxing, how well it's built, what it's like to set up. I'm gonna focus on that, and then we will properly do the rest. I'm contemplating doing this with my Cobra 3. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's tear into this. Let's set up a camera a little bit better. So what I'm going to have to do is, just like with the others, I'm probably going to have to set this thing down. For now, let's just go down on the table. And I will unbox it while putting stuff next to it. And then we will go ahead and take the box down, and I'll do all that fun stuff. All right, let's see what's in it. I'm also pretty excited that this box is small and not necessarily the heaviest thing in the world. You know, some of the unboxings I've been doing have been absolute monsters and take up most of the space in your studio. So looking forward to getting a reasonable machine. I'm seeing white foam. Okay, it's not that type of white foam. This is okay white foam. We got some corner protection, which is good, and I'm seeing a bag, which means I probably have to pull this thing out by the bag. Let's see. We get a few tools. We have a manual, S1 combo. Anything in here that's like, hey, don't pull this thing out by the bag. Nope. No, but it does tell you how to unbox the machine. So that's something. Unlock it. Nice. I love to see the plastic, custom plastic parts that keep things in place. All right. There's a spool that goes on the back. Okay, really similar to pretty much everything else that I've seen. 4 separate PTFE tubes, huh? Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's see if this just pops up or what. All right. It does appear that I can just lift the machine out. So let's set this box down and pick it up out of there. You get the table lower to minimize the chances of hernia. Hey, Truggy, how you doing? Your box cam is mirrored. This is also mirrored? It is. Why? Okay, we can fix this. Thank you, by the way, again. Aha, you're right. I wonder why that happened. Both of them. I did update the software. Mirror world. Hey, search. That's funny. And you make it. A whole bunch of people did. I missed that, unfortunately. Hey, Nigel. We're doing the thing on a Tuesday. That's right. Yeah, we might even do another one on Thursday, depending on how things go. I missed last week, so I'm trying to make up for it. All right, let's go. So I'm gonna see if I can just grab this thing and pick it up. So far, so good. It's not too heavy. It's not necessarily light, but do you guys remember the FL Sun machine or the K2 or the H2D? All right. Also, Creality had a bunch of machines come out. The K2 series come out, and I know nothing about them. All right. So we got a big foam on the bottom. Let's see if there's something to pick the machine up by. Can I get my hand down in there? Yes. Push down. Get my knee to help. There we go. Okay. Nice. Machine looks good. Good looking machine. I like the feet. They're not like soft rubber. They're kind of dense. See if I can put this back how it was. It's like one of my little corners was bent up in shipping, but it seems to be quite all right anyway. There we go. That way, I can toss everything back into the box. Foot fetish. Man. That's funny. Jeff! How you doing, Jeff? Long time no see in here, man. I almost want to say I missed you. How you been, man? How you doing? Hopefully things have slowed down for you a little bit with all the crazy builds, but then again, no. I hope it didn't slow down. I know you'll enjoy those things. I love seeing them, man. Hey, Boomer. How you doing? Strains back. Listen. The K2 and the Magneto X are freaking ginormous. Yeah, right. The Magneto X, oh my god. Yeah, the Magneto, even the lid for it, the +2, the FL Sun. I mean, my biggest machine is the FL Sun S1 Pro. But yeah, the H2D is super heavy. My Trident, pretty much every machine that I have left is monstrous. I guess the X1 Carbon is my smallest machine. So... the H2D, I brought down to my basement myself. I asked my wife for help to get this stuff off around there. It was impossible to do. Yeah, I mean, you remember that stream? It was quite the challenge. Hey Chuck, another printer, not Bamboo or Creality. What a great machine for the money. Yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. I actually get to watch. All right, let's keep going. Let's peel some of these things and get onto the inside. So this is not a glass door. It is a nice smoked plastic. Good magnets, actually. Looks like there's 2 of them. They have a nice little bite. Looks like there is foam all the way around the door. So a nice seal on the door. Okay, I can appreciate that. Earlier I was playing with a screen. I don't know if you guys saw. It does go flat upwards and flat downwards. Oh, I kind of expected this to be glass too. The lid is also not glass. Let me turn this just a little bit more, so there's less wasted view. We can turn it a bit towards you guys. Okay, nicely coated in quite a lot of plastic. Nice smoked little lid. You guys know this. I love it when they're glass. I know plastic can be better for thermal properties, but something about having glass on the printer makes it feel like the money you spent is like valued, I guess. It's a experience thing, not so much a functional thing. All right, let's get the Ace Pro out of here. Oh, no. Okay, so it looks like the Ace Pro is bolted in. Time for the Hodo. I do got to buy some new, what's it called? Bits. I have stripped mine, and that's going to cause some issues. It has caused issues, rather. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? Might have flex on it when you put the Ace Pro on it. Oh, yeah, on the top. Yeah. I mean, it looks like that would be the case. I think those panels are polycarbonate, so it should be great for trapping heat. Yeah, Nico, that's what everyone tells me as soon as I say I want it to be glass. So I definitely believe that. Nice. Very nice and neat packaging. You guys can see in here how really nicely packed it is in here. I'm actually surprised to see switches on the X and Y. I kind of thought it would be not sensorless. Okay, we got a little booger flicker. Some pretty standard stuff so far. All right, let's get this Ace out of here. I was kind of wondering how it's separated in here. Because I do have, I guess it's the third, fourth, fifth AMS type unit, right? So Bamboo has 2. There's a CFS. Then there's the Flash Forge system. That's 4. Yeah, so this is the 5th multicolor OEM system, a non-self-built type thing. So we have a bunch to compare it to. This is a little bit of a larger unit. It's a little bit taller. I don't think it's any wider. How does this open? Oh, okay, it slides. Oh, okay, kind of like the Creality Space Pi 4X. Interesting. Okay, so the filament just goes in here. That's actually kind of nice. There's no random, knobs to push or little thumb screws. We got PTFEs. So these aren't separated in here. So if you're heating in here, you're heating all of them. It looks like there is a spot for desiccant, but I don't see any desiccant. Okay. I gotta say, the lid definitely feels cheap. It feels pretty flimsy, but that's okay. The unit itself is fairly lightweight. Here's the back. It uses power like this, not daisy chain? Or this is if you want it to be separate? Why does this have a power outlet? I like to see the fan. I like to see a fan here. That's nice. So that's nice. Hey, Toby. Hey, Jedi. Hey, Digital Dragon. What's happening? How you been, man? If it was double pane glass, it would be best of both worlds. Yeah, of course. Of course, Guardian. Yeah, built-in dryer is cool, for sure. Next is Chitty, right? It's going to release in Q2, right? So they... Oh, yeah. You mean multicolor. Yeah. Yeah, Chitty's coming soon. I see them teasing more and more. Hoping to get one of those. Yeah, we are missing the... at least me. I'm definitely using the box turtle. Missing the box turtle. Yeah, I have enough on my plate as well, Nico. I have so many projects. That's kind of the only reason. 120 volt plug is for the dryer. Oh, I see. So it has its own power source because of the dryer. Ah, I see. Okay, thank you, Abbott. And thank you, Mr. Scary. Interesting. So power for the heater. Okay, Digital Dragon 2. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't have any Anycubics, though. This is my first Anycubic machine and experience just in general. The question is, in the multicolor multiplexing systems, which one is more reliable? Yeah. Actually, I can tell you that out of the ones, all of the ones that I have, I think the AMS Lite is the most reliable. I've had plenty of issues with the AMS. I've had a CFS unit break. I have 3 of those now. And the Lite has never caused me a single issue for any reason. So, looking forward to chatting with you about the experience about Anycubic. Kobra, yeah, I mean, I just literally found out through my chat that this doesn't run Klipper, and they claim that it's their own OS, and yet there's sites like this that help you unlock mainsail and fluid. So, I don't, I don't like that, Luke. That bothers me actually. Like I keep coming back to it. So I'm gonna have a chat with them and see why and what. I don't like it. So powers to be able to print and dry at the same time. That's why bamboo does not print and dry at the same time. I think it'd be too much power draw. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I'm not even questioning it after hearing that. That totally makes sense. Frozen's supposed to be out now with their Arco. All right, yeah. However, I still haven't seen any YouTube reviews. Yeah, they never replied to me. I messaged them as soon as I heard them even developing that machine before the Kickstarter. I have to agree that the AMS Lite is the best multi-material so far. You know, it has its downs as well, not sealed, open, kind of wacky, takes up a lot of space, blah, 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 blah. However, if we're talking just reliability, I can tell you without hesitating that in my personal experience, that is by far the most reliable. Okay, let's keep going with this. I see the build plate down there. Okay, so we have a couple more to unlock here. Let's just do that real quick. Looks like we're going in from the top or what? Yeah, right here. All right, here's one. And 2. I have 2 CFS units. One has thousands of filament changes and hasn't broke. I'd replace part the CFS after a few hundred or so. Yeah, I have one where the right side bay no longer functions properly. And then I have 2 that have been perfectly fine with no issues. So there's that. All right, let's see what we got in here. Oh, look at this, chock full of stuff. So we have a mystery USB. We have 1 power cable, 2 power cables. Okay. We have a spool holder. Somebody checked the QC in the past. This is a cable for the Ace Pro, so let's go ahead and take that out. Looks like we have our 4-to-1 splitter. Oh, here's the desiccant. Okay, what is this? Oh, that's the poker. Activated carbon for air filtering. That's not what I thought it was. Okay, so there is an air filtration in here. That's not something that they market heavily on their site, because I would have read that to you guys if I knew that was a thing. Okay, so we got activated carbon charcoal here. Let's see, that just goes here, it looks like. Okay, so interesting. So we got some filtration and a hot end that goes to 320. That's kind of exciting for $600. I gotta say. Okay, that's good. What else we got? We got 4 filament hub. Okay, we're gonna need that. For spool holder, we don't need that. These are those little things that hold PTFE tubes together, so I'm guessing we'll need that. This is nozzle cleaning nodule and nozzle silicone part. I'm assuming these are spares. Yeah, they are. Okay, I see them over there. Those are spares. Now let's take this stuff out so that we can install this stuff. Don't need that. We will take out both of the power supplies. All right, and then I'll put this hardware in here. I don't think we're gonna need the USB for now, so I'll throw it back in the box. All right, there's a couple more pieces of hardware to remove. We got some back here. Does anyone know if this uses a belt system for the Z? Or if it's individual Z's? I have a feeling that it is belted. Because once again, that would be a marketable feature. So. AMS randomly clogging from the brittle PNA is annoying. Yeah, that's not my biggest thing. I've been cooked at the top of the K2 perfectly. This is build an extension cable, place it somewhere. Nice. Hey, reprinted, how you doing? I like the idea of having 4 tubes going in the print head instead of just one. Anycubic Kobra 3 Max and Combo have, but the S1 only has a single. Interesting. Multicolor prints ABS beautifully. Nice. I printed my Goblin trailer hitch cover, an American flag trailer hitch cover in ABS, and they turned out fantastic. Well, that's great. It's belted. Okay. Hey, B Cuddy, how you doing, man? Only issue I've heard about this machine is Z-axis setup was too weak for nozzle probing, so bed level was inaccurate, and first layer was bad, but the guy beefed the Z-axis and swapped in a thicker bed. Interesting. Interesting. I know nothing about this machine. Look at that. I remember I praised Bamboo for having beautiful pieces that hold things in shipping, but check this thing out. I think this might be even more impressive in some cases. This thing is heavy. This is a lot of plastic. They definitely didn't have... I mean, this is a full-on table. Even with little rubber pads, like actual rubber, not even foam. Wow. I know I'm taking time on this, but This stuff's important. This is how a machine gets to you guys in one piece. Nice. Good job, Anycubic. This is cool. I like to see this. I definitely don't want to downplay a good feature like that. A double-sided sheet. Okay, nice. That's nice to see it's double-sided. I know it's 250 by 250, but let me check a bamboo plate. I don't remember who was asking, but let's see. Here's a bamboo plate. Fun one, camo. And it will completely fit. It will completely fit. I don't know if it will interfere with anything on the back or something. But a bamboo build plate fits perfect. It even aligns on the little notches on the back. So there you go. They are almost identical in size. So for those that wanted to know, there you go. They just don't have the little notches on them. I guess, does that mean that you can use... No, the Prusa one will be smaller. Yeah, the Prusa one is a little bit smaller. So another small-time YouTuber getting very nice results with this machine a few months back. Should be a good printer. Like yourself, I'm not feeling the whole our own Klipper thing. Yeah, that's something I'm going to look into. Only better can be impressed with packaging. Well, you know, I've been working in user experience for such a long period of time, and I mean, it matters. Like, this stuff matters big time. And for a designer, whether you know, no matter what kind of design you're doing, when someone didn't notice your job, like when it worked, when the thing that you wanted worked and you didn't notice, that's a success. Like, that's a major success, which kind of sucks because, like, everyone loves, you know, to be praised for their work. And this is one of those things. You know, if you're a package designer and you manage to get, you know, tens of thousands of machines without damage to somebody, no one's even going to bat an eye. So I happen to just notice these little things. You know, I can't help myself. They're called designer's delights. They happen all the time. Like, if a piece of marketing gets you through the door, you didn't notice. You know, obviously marketers would notice, but it's nice. It's little details like that. I've only seen them have a clog in my multicolor printers when I've had materials that require widely variable nozzle temperatures. Right, that's also a problem, yeah. Hey, AJ, how you doing? Should work. I'm using a cryo grip plate on my S1. Cool, cool. I was joking about the packaging, and yeah, it's important. I know, it's okay. It is a stool. It's definitely heavy duty. With the CFS, have island jams happen due to filament problems? High-speed filament works noticeably better. The guy I'm talking about, maybe that small-time YouTuber who got good prints. He hasn't posted the fact that he needs to fix the Z-axis other than the Rollhan's Discord. But yeah, Z-axis just deteriorated. Interesting. I'm more excited now. Please regularly clear up any foreign objects from the floor of the chamber, which means I think that this thing homes on the bottom, or maybe uses the bottom for something, which I've seen other machines do. Anycubic, if you're watching this for any reason, you know, don't even bother. Don't even bother with this. This is 10 meters of PLA on a multicolor combo machine. You know, guys, throw a spool in there. If this is somebody here, Anycubic, please consider on a machine like this that's, you know, priced somewhat low, right? Has all these features that make it really appeal to a first-time buyer. Give somebody the ability to print and use your machine out of the box all the way. And by that, I mean, at least include 4 different types and maybe the small, you know, like 200 kilogram spools, 4 of them. so that you can print multicolor. Actually, that won't fit into your system. Just one spool. Give somebody the ability to print something. Not this. This isn't it. And this goes to all 3D print manufacturers. There's nothing more than getting a 3D printer for a gift. You know, like let's say your parents buy you a 3D printer, your grandparents buy you a 3D printer, whatever it might be, and you go to unbox it as a kid and you're super happy and you can't even use it. Now you got to go to the store and buy some filament. You know what I mean? It's like those little user experience things go a really long way. And this amount of filament on a $600 combo machine, it's like not including snips. That's 2 strikes. That's 2 strikes, Anycubic. There's no snips. You guys. Hey, Mochi, how you doing? On spool raid? Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Stroth, how you doing? David, how are you, man? 200 gram spool, you've heard. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, you know? What's up, everybody? Those that are coming in, I actually don't know. Hold on, let me see. Hey, Layer Layer, how you doing? Thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate that. 85X was hilarious. Had 4 little bags of about 4 feet long. I've seen that. Yeah. Hey, Agram, Magna, how you doing? I'm just over here talking about how I'm disappointed. How disappointed I am in this filament that was included with this machine. I would love to see more. But yeah, snips, guys, snips, include them. More filament so you can just print and enjoy this thing, and then, you know, get more filament. Obviously, you probably buy some if you're buying a machine like this, but have it in the box. Do your users, your first-time buyers, give them an experience that they're not going to forget, you know? Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Klipper, no snips, 50 grams of film. Yeah. I mean, I don't like that. Yeah. Okay, yes, exactly. So this is the perfect example of what I was talking about. You got this amazing toy for Christmas, you unbox it, you're stupid excited, and then it doesn't have batteries, or it doesn't have the right cable that you need to hook it up to your TV, or, you know what I mean? This reminds me of that. Oh, Zoomy, that's not true. That's not true. So, you know, it's so that you can tune your own machines, Zoomy. It's so that you can tune it. And some machines are so good that they don't need that. They have their own tuning, but that's not most machines. That's a minority. All right, let's keep going. I don't mean to just, you know, talk crap about this thing. It's actually looking really nice. I'm mostly joking. Let's see. We got a big old zip tie over here, which breaks the hot end loose. And we should be able to lift. Let's get that zip tie out of there. Wow, the chassis has an actual hole specifically for that zip tie. Cool. Let's see. That's a cutter? Oh, no. Okay, that's the cutter. Interesting. Cool little system. Surprisingly small motors. Belt tension seems pretty good. Looks like there is some kind of spring mechanism for belt tension. I do see a camera down here. We have an auxiliary fan. Nice, you know, fully featured machine. No, don't assume one will buy filament when buying the machine. Yeah, we all had the family member who bought a game for Nintendo, but you had a PlayStation. Yeah. I've definitely had experiences like that in the past, especially like the RC cars without batteries thing. That's happened a bunch of times, I feel like. Let's be clear, Hatchbox is the fall Christmas first roll. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I gotta agree with Zoomy on the most people part. Yeah, okay. I'll agree with you guys. Sure. I'm definitely an outlier, power user, blah blah blah, whatever you want to call it. Well, Zumi, that, you know, that's just like your opinion. You know, I know a lot of people that would just want to mess with machines. There's whole rooms upon rooms upon rooms of discords and things with them. You know, and they're the ones that talk about these things the loudest. The worst filament I've ever came was with the King Rune KLP1. It jammed their own printer. I sold it. Man. Hey Chase, what's happening? Not everyone looks close to their prints like you and I do, Feder. We're chasing perfection. You're probably right. You are actually, you're probably right. You're probably right. All right. What else do we need to undo? I don't think we need to undo anything. I think at this point, we now need to install this. So let's see if I can figure it out without the manual. You know what? We'll put the lid on top, right? Yeah, we don't need anything else on there. Okay, that fits nice. We can lay this down. Rotate this. Ooh, ooh, that was loud. Can you hear that? That thing hopping around. Let's see. Okay, this only goes in one way, so pretty simple. Let's throw that on. How's that can firmware going for Mr. Power User? It's going great. It's going fantastic. Firmware. I still love it. Even when I'm frustrated about it, I still love it. Alright, so I'm guessing this clicks in there. Looks really nice, actually. I like that. I'm going to guess here. Okay, there's no need to guess. This one has 6 plugs. So we're plugging that right in there. And which means this. Not against Klipper, but the whole different aspect of the hobby. I just feel like the average consumer doesn't want to be bothered specifically. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I just think that there's a lot of things that Klipper does better than most of these third-party, we're going to try to be user experience designers, user interfaces. You know, like I said, this is machine number 79. I can't even tell you how many of these things would be so much better off with just the standard Klipper interface than their own. There's a ton. There's more of them than there isn't, unfortunately. All right, the Ace Pro. This thing is, let's see how this fits on there. Okay. Yeah, this whole system looks good. It looks good. It feels nice. I can definitely dig it. Well, all third-party interfaces nowadays just strip Klipper with their company name, but they strip too many features. They do, and they make things harder. They make certain things that are like a game changer in Klipper. You can't even find them sometimes, and that's what frustrates me. I guess like knowing where the stuff is in Klipper and then having them strip it away or hide it or something. That's the parts that I don't like. All right, so we got both power plugs in. Let's plug in this guy. Yeah, 2 here and 3 here. All right, so that's daisy chained. Now we need our 4 separate. Oh, let me change the camera angle for you guys. Whoops. Let's go this way. Oh, I think the gimbal locked. Yeah, there we go. Can I move the gimbal while it's on there? Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, cool. You know, I usually use that camera as my main camera, so I've never used it as a secondary yet. Poor Micron all abandoned. It's not abandoned, it's right here. It's not abandoned. I look at it every day. Sometimes I move one of the tool heads over to the other side, and then and then I put it back. I do need to get to it. I do. Do I need to take off these clips to push filament in there? I think so. Oh, I need to fully remove them, huh? Yep. Whoa, they come out of there. What is this? Is that how the buffers work on here? There's 4 individual buffers like that? Interesting. I didn't realize how unique the system was, actually. That's kind of cool. So is the goal of these things being separate like this to reduce the need to undo the entire unit if there is a break in the filament or something like that? Because that's common. That's a common issue. There we go, and one more. I like that they give you little plastic pieces that are going to help make this more manageable. All right, so let's do these 2 in the back here. So we'll push this in there. This one will be the other one in the back. There we go. And these will go to the front. 1 and 2. Okay, interesting. And that way we can pop in these and make it nice and neat. Actually, hold on, let's keep it the same. These 2 are together. 1, 2, and then these 2 are together. 1 and 2. Cool. That's nice and neat. A little bit large, but not too bad. This has enough space for you to put them next to it on either side. Definitely enough space for that. Definitely enough space if I wanted this thing next to it. Or if I had another one of these, there'd be enough space as well. Kind of cool. So if I had another one, what am I doing? Do I have another one of these I'm installing or what? Can you daisy chain these? I'm guessing you can. I've been thinking. I literally almost just randomly did it. Let's see. So as far as projects go, because I consider the A8 a project. So one of the things that I was supposed to get and I never did was I was supposed to get an upgrade kit for the Prusa machine for a Core 1. It never came. My idea was before I turned it into a Core 1, I wanted to build the A8 to have a comparison of, you know, how it started. Well, not how it started, but an example of how it started and then what it became, right? Kind of like its final form before it turns into something else. So if that kit comes, I'm definitely going to do the A8. If you need to open it, be careful not to lose the disc magnet on each buffer. Buffy! Like the Vampire Slayer. Buffy. I so wish they would start putting a power switch. Hey, you know, some machines ended up doing it. Some machines put it on the side. It's great. Are you flashing wrinkles to get organs? Well, yes. Yes, I will 100% be doing that. I just found out about it. I didn't even know this was an issue. You know, we're not going to do it in this particular stream, but I definitely plan on doing it. Looks like the King Rune course. It's no, not even close. I've had the King Rune for a while. I've actually had all King Rune machines. The King Rune machine is a heavy stamped steel, lowest grade parts possible. I wouldn't say even closely that about this machine. I don't see any low grade materials or anything like that actually on this. I would say this actually feels really nice in terms of the materials, in terms of the parts being used. This does not feel like cheap stamped steel at all, and has its own unique features, which is neat. We do have some tape to peel, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go to this. Let's go to, where is it? Filters. Let's turn off sound suppression. All right, no music, sound suppression. Let's go this camera. All right, here we go. Ready for the peel? Let's see. Where's my mic? Over here? All right, ready, guys? Here we go. Silent. Dead silent peel. Bummer. That's the second time. All right, let's turn everything back on. What a bummer. Noise suppression. Yep. Yeah. So that's the second time that's happened to us. I don't remember what the other machine was that did that. Cool. Very clean looking. Very clean looking machine. Hey, bearded printer. That's a great question. The King Rune machine, which is nowhere near as capable, by the way. The King Rune machine is... I don't even know if they make it anymore, by the way. Everything's on clearance. It's $330. I mean, I wouldn't compare these two machines at all. This has multicolor. It has way better materials. This is all really loud stamped steel, and all the bearings on the machine make an audible noise. So when this machine is printing, you know it's printing. It's louder than every other machine in the room. I have videos of this thing printing alongside other machines, like at the same time. This is by far the loudest. They also put the screen behind the door. So if you're printing ABS and you need to pause it or do anything or do something on the screen, change a setting, take a look at how much time is left, you're not doing that because you have to pop the door open. There's a bunch of really quirky things on this machine. Yeah, there's like some flimsy steel, stamped steel on this machine. There was things to like. I did a full review on it, and you got to know what you're getting into with that machine. But this is definitely not that. Ah, that's right. I had the Creality SC. I need to upgrade. Yeah, it's very clean looking. It's nice. Like, I like the rounded edges, like this, the type of rounded edges. It definitely looks unique. You know, like the King Rune plastic is just like a piece of, or like a sheet of plastic. Like, it's just cut like a standard acrylic sheet. This one's molded. It has strengthening pieces to it. It has embedded magnets. It's just not. It's not the same. The other machine, King Rune's machine, is meant to be the cheapest possible made machine. It uses the cheapest stuff. I sent you an email with a pic of my S1 setup. Nice, with 2 Ace Pros. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd love to see it. The King Rune KLP1 is what I was talking about. All right, I think it's time to boot this thing. Let's get my power strip out of here. I'm going to have to put it in kind of a funky spot. But let's power all this up. The Ace should be powered. And the machine should be powered now. All right. Okay, we got the Anycubic logo. Look at that. Sharp, actually. Thought it was going to be a somewhat lower resolution. Nice. Looking good. We got an LED bar in there. Is it just one in the front? Yes. Diffused. Yeah, look at that. The LED has a diffuser. It's not just a stuck piece of LED, which is what 99% of other manufacturers do. English. Ooh, nice. The touchscreen is the kind where you don't have to push much. Very sensitive screen. I like that. One thing I gotta say about the screen is it's very rigid. One thing about the H2D is I need to make a video on this. Maybe I'll do it tonight before I go to sleep so I can post it tomorrow. The screen, my screen, is wobbly and it hits the back of the chassis. So anytime you're touching on this, $2,000 plus machine, the screen bangs against the chassis, and it's not very fun. This feels good. Let's do some Wi-Fi work. There we go. It's a secret. It's a secret. Nice. I'm actually really surprised by the screen. It feels good. It reminds me of how a Creality screen feels. Like it feels like a nice, expensive cell phone instead of what my screen on my Micron feels like. Wi-Fi connected. Confirm. Cool. Does it tell me the network? I guess not, huh? Account unbound? What does that mean? It has Bluetooth? Why does it have a Bluetooth connection? Is that for the app? Scan the code to install the app. I'll do the app later. Guide. Insert U-disk. PID calibration. Input shaping. Why do we need to insert the disk? What could be on the disk that is needed? Or is that the machine's memory? Like for... what are they called? That's how the other machines store time lapses. All right. Let's hook that up. Hooks up on the side, which... I don't know how I feel about that. Right here would have been awesome. If it was just right here, right next to it, that would have been good. All right, next is PID calibration, input shaping, and auto leveling. So that's going to take a little while. But let's get that started. Did I not hit that? It made a beep. Insert U-disk, did that. Okay, there it goes. And we're moving. All right. Yeah, still surprised that we have switches and not sensorless homing, but it is what it is. All right, let me have a seat. That doesn't sound very good. Are we stuck? Is there a zip tie or something in the way? No? What's happening here? Wondering if I didn't take some zip tie off or something. What is it trying to do? The bed? Okay, so it is the Z-axis. Yeah, I'm gonna stop this so it doesn't break itself. That was the Z-axis trying to lift itself. Oh, I missed one, guys. I missed one in the back. I missed one back here. Come on. That is entirely my fault. I got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was one more in the back. There it is. So that noise was it trying to pull the bed up, and it was just continuously going up and up and up. There it goes. Yep. I missed one. I missed one. Let's put that in the bag with the rest. All right, let's see what that is like, as in like restarting that whole thing. Let's see if it'll remember the Wi-Fi. Yeah, so far so good. Pleasant machine. All jokes set aside, so far very pleasant. It looks so inviting. It looks like I know that if I bought this and I just set it in my studio, I'd be proud of just looking at it. It looks great. I'm excited. Start printing. Okay, so it thinks that it did the calibration. So let's see if we can go back in. Not print settings, belt detection. Let's do that. General device firmware update just came up. Fixed PID calibration issue. Added support for cold something. Fixed printer status. You know what? Let's update the firmware, and then because we update the firmware, we need to do it anyway. All right. Also, let me change the name of this thing on my network real quick and separate it from the rest of my network. That should be quick because it is an IoT device. There we go. So let's change the name of this to 3D printer dash Anycubic Kobra S1 combo. Okay. And the device type is printer. Okay, and let's isolate this from the network. Okay, that should be good. What happened to my tunes? There we go. Do all the things. Should be a lot quieter now. It's true, BW. Yep. Okay. And the one other thing that we should do is make this thing have the same make it have the same IP address. Go to advanced. Go to address reservation. Let's go to printer. Where are we at? Is it not online? Oh, right. Okay. It's not. It went back offline because it's doing a firmware update. Rookie mistake. That's right. Hey, Schaefer, how you doing? It is. Lefty pencil, it is. I think someone slapped A1 camera on there by flipping the connector. Oh, cool. Hey, Wix Central, what's up? Da Vinci, how you doing? Nice. 10-kilogram fingers, Nico. That's right, yeah. Is your Micron screen the TFT? Yeah. It's got to be the worst screen that I own on any machine. It's just there for fun. Latest firmware? Yeah, definitely got to get on the latest firmware. Sorry, I'm like catching up with chat real quick while I'm sitting down. Really enjoy my Kobra S1 combo. Been printing great. Nice. Good to know, Schaefer. Thank you. Yeah, it was. That thing was clicking and clacking. Design engineers. No, that one I blame myself for. All right, we got a couple beeps coming through. I'm guessing that was it. Whatever you do, do not home it with the front cover not on the hot end. It won't trip the sensor in the front corner. Really? Uses the cover, huh? That's good to know. I do that often, actually, on my other machines. Still recovering from Murph. I'd say it's Hewitt with the concrete floor double as a slivet side. Oh, man. I heard some interesting stories about it being hot, huh? Why does the Ace you have dividers? I don't know. Am I supposed to take those off? System update finished. Please manually restart the device. Okay. Let's give it a little bit. Guides for the 4 spools. Yeah. Hey, Mythical. How you doing? That's okay. We're just hanging out and just chatting. And, you know, if you have any questions about anything, there's people in here with various amounts of experience. And just as a little background, you know, I started the YouTube channel just showing off machines that I liked, and it's kind of snowballed from there. This is my 79th machine that we're sharing here on the channel, and usually on these live streams, I just unbox something without checking too deeply into it. We set it up and we get it printing whatever it's supposed to print out of the box. And then later, off camera, usually in a video, I spend some time, usually a few weeks and a minimum, to kind of test the machine, get my bearings about it, and then produce a video on it. So this here is kind of a budget-oriented machine, but gives you a bunch of different features, and that's what makes this thing interesting. It has a really unique system up here, which lets you change up to, or print it up to 4 different multicolors, which is fun. All right, let's kick this thing on. Show us your wall. Oh yeah, that's the video that I'm editing. Is that? And I'm waiting for a ton of prints to finish it. The video is done; it's just being edited, but the wall isn't finished yet. There's going to be a second part to it. Those are the same shelves. I just made that bracket, if you remember, and yeah, a little bit of multi-board there. Swamp coolers, so the place was incredibly humid. Man. People who bought machines are checking for rust. Oh, it was that humid, huh? Wow. The original Ace did not have them. The Ace Pro was redesigned with the guides to keep the filaments from jumping. Is this the Ace Pro? Oh, it is. Anycubic Ace Pro. Look at that. I just put some of my consoles up there. Like my collection. There's a few more I gotta put up still. I'm just waiting for more shelves. The wall here is a serious rabbit hole when you get into it. Yeah. Really, it's you can spend a lot of time just planning, and you probably should, because there's so much you can do. That's cool. There's a lot of printers. Yeah, I mean, you know, I print a lot. I do a lot of 3D print related projects, but one of my favorite things is checking out how different companies, you know, work on these machines, and what you know, how they solve certain issues, how they danced around certain features, like that type of thing. That's one of my favorites. Oh, interesting. I didn't know both of them are called Pro. Is there going to be a non-Pro at some point? Got a 3D printer for 2014. Nothing wrong with that. It still prints, and you can mod it and have all kinds of fun with it. It's as bad as Gridfinity. Yeah, it is. And you know what's interesting is it is Gridfinity. Like, it has Gridfinity incorporated into it, and it uses its own versions of that for various ways. But yeah, it includes Honeycomb Wall in it. It also includes Gridfinity in it. It also includes pegboard, like standard pegboard wall that you can, you know, go buy the metal brackets for. It's everything. It's a super wild thing. Multiboard. It's crazy. Multiboard.io. All right, back to this. I need to, now that we're on newer, also really sharp screen, like super, like pixel density is really high on the screen. But we need to go back and do the calibration. I'm hoping that there is a button for this. General sound, language, screen off time, service support, system restore. Print. Maybe it's in print settings? Nope. Okay. According to this, it has a brass 4mm nozzle. That would definitely be a downside if it didn't have. Yeah, it is a brass nozzle. It does look like a standard nozzle though. But yeah, a hardened nozzle would be something that I would put on ASAP on a machine like this, especially a machine where the hot end can go to 320 degrees. All right, so not there. Okay, calibration. Here we go. Input shaping, auto leveling, nozzle PID, hotbed, full calibration. Here we go. This may take about 20 minutes. Okay, let's go. Calibrating nozzle PID. Please wait. All right. Yeah, I can see how the cover uses that. Okay, now the bed is rising. Here, we can keep this open. Okay, so while the machine does its 20-minute thing, let's talk about the other sponsor for the channel, PCB Way, right? Vertical Gridfinity, it's crazy. There's a model floating around to make the dividers to add to the Ace Pros that don't have them. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Have you tried more than one wall mounting systems? After inspecting a few of them, I'm finally deciding to try Open Grid. You know, outside of what I have here and my standard stuff and Gridfinity, multi-board just incorporates all of them. And I have pegboard in my garage, which just got redone. The walls are repainted. I still have to do the floor. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to put on the walls there. It might just be multi-board. Never got it working. Paid $3K. Wow. You know, back in the day, all machines were that price. Right now, if you were to spend $3,000, you're getting top of the line. Everything is automated. It's ridiculous type of machine. You don't even need to spend $3K. In fact, I wouldn't. But yeah, you can get for $3K nowadays. The machine that you get is basically a robot that'll do everything for you and clean your house and tell you look pretty. You know? Now it's happy. Yeah, that's right. Anycubic doesn't have any hardened steel nozzles available yet. Are they, Mr. Scary? Is it a funky size? It looks like it's a standard nozzle, like a V6 nozzle. Is it not? You get aftermarket, but beware, the early ones have resistance issues, causing it not to read the temp properly. Oh my lord. See, this is what I mean when people go off the beaten path and try to make their own thing. It almost always ends up being this type of story. Even when I first started YouTube and we were looking at Vox Lab machines, this type of stuff was happening. Tool changer for those bucks, that's right. I want Rosie from the Jetsons to clean my house. Hey, Scott. Now we're talking. The Roomba 8 cutting it. Hey, Derek. Apparently, I just found this out, is that you can have it run Klipper. There's a page right above me right there. It's called Wrinkles. That lets you run mainsail, fluid, moonraker, all the fun stuff, SSH, root access. But they call it their own OS, and they give no nod to Klipper, which I don't like. So I'll get to the bottom of that at some point. So I think this is a yes or no question. Yes and no question, kind of like early Creality. They refused to say that it wasn't Creality OS, it was Klipper. So PCB Way is great. Even with the tariffs, the prices are insane. Metal 3D printing is out of the world cheap. Whole turbo manifold and downpipe metal 3D printed, less than $2,500. That's insane. Yeah, the prices are very impressive. Very, very impressive. All right, let's do this real quick, guys. Let's talk about the channel sponsor, PCB Way, while this machine is doing its calibrations. So, the one thing that I always like to do with PCB Way is show off the community tab. You guys already know about PCB Way and what they do. There's definitely no secret. That's interesting that if you put in PCB Way up here, the other site comes up. They do, PCB assembly, obviously, and actual board prototypes. But they also do CNC and 3D printing at all levels, and all kinds of both of them. They do plastic molding. There's just so much that they can do as far as their products go. So if you guys have something really specific for a project, whether it's a flexible PCB or even an aluminum or metal core PCB, they literally have outstanding things you can do with this, and the prices are crazy. CNC machining, 3D printing, sheet metal fabrication, injection molding, pretty much everything that you might need for a prototype or for a project that you couldn't do yourself, they could do. This is not my favorite part. My favorite part is their community tab. So what I like to do at these things is spend a few minutes, you know, a minute, few minutes, whatever, you know, checking out some of the projects that are available on here. And the whole thing with this is this kind of makes a store. So if you have a project that uses PCBs or assembly and 3D printing or whatever, all their services, you can put together your project here and other people could purchase it from PCB Way complete and you get a kick. You get a small kick, well, not a small kickback, but you get a part of the cost. So not only is this, you know, you can sell your product to a DIY market, and I just think this is really unique and super cool, and I just love this DIY aspect of it. So let's just check out some of the cool things that people are making here and see what's going on here. Rocket engine design team, interesting. All right, let's go to choose country. Should we do that? No, let's do category. Let's choose a category. Let's include 3D printing, all things considered. So we have a game console with the Raspberry Pi Zero. So it looks like this makes a PCB board with a bunch of buttons on it that already has the PCIe expansion slot, so you can just put it right on top of a Pi Zero, load some firmware, and this becomes a controller and your console. So that's fun. Solar-powered Wi-Fi weather station. I believe we saw this last time. The mechanical pad. I remember that as well. Is this sorted by newest? Sorted by trending. Let's go to newest and see how this differs. Solar Breeze. Solar-powered portable fan. Game Boy Poco stereo. Laminated display and shell. Interesting. Okay. Nice macro pad. Space mouse. Those are always fun. Let's see. I want something that kind of stands out. Snake game console. That's also interesting. And then I wonder if we can sort by the rating as well and see what that's like. The nozzle itself may be a standard one, I'm not sure. Mine was glued in from the factory, and I'm told the glue loosens when the nozzle is heated so it can be removed. Oh boy. Oh boy. Solar power portable fan. I need this in hurricane season. Well, let me see, because it looks like something's happening with the internet connection. Hopefully you guys can still see me, hear me, because I can't progress here. Let's go back. Okay, here we go. Let's check this out. So let's see what this is all about. Okay, so this is the solar panel. It's right on top, and it's using a step-down converter to convert 5.5 volts to, I'm guessing, 5 to this fan. And the fan is a 12 volt? No, this should be a 5 volt fan. It looks like you put some heat inserts in it. Okay, interesting. So yeah, this is a pretty basic solar fan. So it quite literally takes the round solar panel, which is really interesting. You know, converts the power to whatever the fan needs, and it kicks on when there's enough. Nice, but no batteries. So that's kind of cool, actually. For when there's no power or a survival situation or camping or anything, softball, baseball games, whatever sport games, soccer. Kind of interesting, actually. I dig it. Yeah, it has a 5.5 solar panel, no batteries required. The fan, okay, the fan is a 5 volt fan, so it just takes the 5.5 and turns it to 5 volt. Okay. Step-up converter allowing you to power 12 volt fans. Okay. Interesting. So in an example, that was a 12 volt fan. So you could go from 5 to 12 with that step-up converter or step-down converter. Max power is 1 watt. Interesting. Okay, so this is a really well put together project. So, yeah, so it looks like this is produced by PCB Way. Let's see. Obviously, just a standard buck converter. Feature development. Slicer settings on how to get this working. Here's how you assemble it. You put the fan on the bottom. You solder up your wires. You put in your heat inserts. Okay, we put that up. Nice CNC kitchen. Nice, pretty good. M4. There's the hardware. There's a nice little mount in there. Yep. Solder. Put it in. Fun little project, I gotta admit. At first I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But now that I know more about it, this is cool. I dig it. All right, yeah, here's the step files. They give you the step files for the CAD. Nice. That is really cool. Okay. Right, you have to sign in. So it looks like PCB Way will give 10% of the cost of all the parts for this to the maker, which is 3D Kimba. And they're from Italy. Neat. I love it. All right, so that is a cool part of PCB Way that I don't think enough people talk about, and I just wanted to highlight that. Looks like we're still doing PID tuning on the hot end, so maybe we'll do another one. Let's check out another one. Let's see. Do you print the body? You can, because the step files are there, or you can just have PCB Way do the whole thing. Plus, the fan keeps the panels cool. That's true. Only if it has a battery too. I mean, you can wire that up. That wouldn't be too hard to do. Here's the total cost of components. Do they have that? They do. You know what? Here, I'll pull this thing away and sign in. And let's check the price on that. Yeah, let me sign in. And we can check it out. There we go. Let's see how Google handles putting in another tab. Okay, that's easy enough. All right, let's see. Can we go back? Also, this is really cool as well. Beautiful way to turn for those that are into handheld, turn your clamshell Game Boy SP into this really beautiful, kind of awkward to hold, but really beautiful small console. Definitely a really cool project. I've seen that done in metal and all kinds of stuff. That's cool. Pokeboy PCB. Neptune shell. Man, okay, we got to look at some of these. These are cool. How do we not see those earlier? All right, hold on. Let's go here. History. This. We'll look at some of those other projects too. What are we on now? Okay, now we're doing some auto leveling on the machine. All right, so let's add this to cart. Why did it kick me down here? PCB community is sharing platform. We're not responsible for any design issues. Yeah, sure. Add to cart. Why is it taking me here? Oh, this is what you wanted to print also? Okay, let's see what this does. Oh, plot twist. Okay. So this creator did not give us the ability to buy the whole package. So it looks like they expect you to outsource these things, not from PCB Way. You're right. Yep. Well, no, this takes you to the PCB Way store. Okay, I see. That's why their description was in the way that it was. So you can add these parts to the cart. So, for example, the solar panel is $8. This boost converter should be like a couple bucks. $1. So we're talking about $9. And okay, so $9 in hardware. And now when you click on the print files, here's this file. So we don't need it in resin. Let's do ABS. Quantity, I think there's a minimum. Let's do 1. So think about this. This is a one-off ABS print, like a no joke, like really nice ABS print, $67. And it'll be done in 3 to 4 parts. Now, I know we have 3D printers. I know this seems expensive, but for one-off professional print, you know, for a you know, a production part or for a prototype part, that's a really good price. You know, it's also 120 by 120 by 123. Not bad. Not bad. So yeah, if you have a 3D printer, you can use their store to buy all of the parts that you need for this project. So not even that bad. Let's see how much the fan costs. The fan's not linked here specifically, so maybe they don't have one. But yeah, PCB Way does have this store where you can buy all the little bits like Radio Shack. You know, we got Raspberry Pis and screens and just everything that you can imagine electronics-wise. Almost kind of like how AliExpress has, but together in one place. Usually, which I've seen many times myself, is you would go to one of these projects and everything is in it. All you do is just add it to cart. That one is definitely set up slightly differently. Let's just quickly see if there's something else here. Nice, a press station. Looks pretty clean. There's a lot of these out there. What is this? Project Neptune Ref 4 Doom Top Shell. Doom replacement parts for the Revision 4 shells only. Interesting. What is it a shell for? Oh, is that... Whoa, it's for a Sega. Look at that. Sega Mega Drive. That is cool. Whoa! That is a beautiful shell for a Sega. Beautiful. Okay. Build type, download a corresponding parts list, your base components. Here's the assembly guide. Okay, so this is done the same way. So these step files are the things that you could add to your cart. So this is assuming that you know how to do all the other parts. Shell top. Let's see how much a shell like this costs. Put it in ABS. Maybe we even do resin for this. Stratasys ABS. I mean, you can have it made in aluminum. Discrepancy warning. I don't know what that part is. I'm not sure why we can't get it. We can't get the... Oh, because quantity. So one is 365. Holy moly. I mean, that... Well, hold on. That's metal. Let's do an ABS print just to compare. $62. So $62 for that obnoxiously cool thing. What about in resin so that it's just absolutely beautiful? $32 for a standard... let's see. Flex. Dark black. Let's try this. So $75 for a high quality resin, amazing quality resin print. I mean, you tell me, if you were making a product, that's chump change. You know? Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Sorry, I haven't been looking. How you doing, Jerry? What's happening, man? Hey, Yuri, how are you? Nice 32X. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, right, exactly. All right, so that's PCB Way. You know, thank you to PCB Way for sponsoring the channel, sponsoring my videos, sponsoring my live streams. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Multiboard.io for doing the same. And thank you for Polymaker for sponsoring the channel and giving away filament. Just like we will in about 71 minutes. Looks like there's 47 of you have entered already. If you guys are in the world, because they ship anywhere, then you're going to stick around till the end of the stream. Go to the pinned comments at the top of the chat in both Twitch and YouTube to enter to Gleam.io. All you have to do is answer this question, get entered, and today I'm picking two winners. You saw that? It's not mine, it's someone else's, but they made it fancier. But yeah, it's there. We saw it last time. All right, machine, what are you doing? Looks like we did it. Has ended. Click finish to exit. Oh, look at that. So this gives you... This thing actually gives you the readouts to the shaper. So the shaper frequency on X is 80 hertz. Shaper on Y is 42. It's using 3-hump and MZV. 3-hump for the X, MZV for Y. That's kind of cool. I wish they would give you a graph. Why not, right? Show the graph. That's what everyone knows and wants to see. But that's cool. That's very different. I haven't seen anybody do that. All right, so I think we are fully calibrated and ready to do a print. Okay, let's see what else we got. This is looking good. I really like how easy this the screen is to press and all that. Here, let's go back to standing. And I'll get you guys a little closer. Sorry for the shake there. Get you guys closer to the action. Here we go. Here's what we'll do. Let's go to this camera. Console. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Focus here, camera. Focus, and should be about 3 seconds, 4 seconds. How about here? No? Okay. I'm the captain now. Turn off focus. There we go. All right. So one thing I got to say, like I said, super sharp screen, which I really like. All right. So it looks like we're in control of the holder. And then we have Ace 1 and Ace 2. It says please connect. Did I do this wrong? No. Oh, it has its own power. I didn't realize it has its own power button. So it's been off the whole time. Firmware update. Okay. We'll do it real quick. Updating Ace firmware. Please keep it on. Okay. That's no problem. Let's do... do I have a spool here that's just laying around? There should be a bunch of filament all over the place. So we're not going to do a carbon fiber. Where was that Polymaker PLA? It's back here. Let's get this filament going. And we have a bunch of new filaments to check out. Literally a mountain of new filament to check out. But this is a beautiful one. So let's chug that in. Looks like it already updated itself. These things are numbered. Let's see what happens. I just put it in and it takes it. Yep. Okay. Cool. Let's close it. What? Wait, why is this hitting the filament like that? Oh, I just had it wrong. Interesting. That's kind of weird, but okay. So filament is on, and it knows that there's filament in there right away. Let's see, do I just click it? Yep, material, it is PLA. The color is this kind of interesting. Can I scroll here? No, okay. I'll just call it this green. Drying temp, fun, I like this. I like the dryer. Everything should have this, everything. 4 hours remaining, yeah, let's do a dryer. Filament backup, that should always be on. to be honest. So the backup means that if you put two of the same spools, one runs out, it'll just automatically switch to the next one. That's great. And I do hear the dryer kicked on. All right, and the cooler. Okay, great. Start printing. Do we need anything else in here? We can extrude and retract. You know what? Let's extrude this first and see how it handles that, because it does say. Can you see the LED? It does know that that is loaded. So. Also important to note that even if you have a 3D printer, these industrial printers will do so much better. And the guys over at PCB Way have tools to properly post-process parts. Yeah, Jerry's 100% right. If I didn't articulate that enough, that's 100% true. So, hey, Mr. Walkman, how you doing? Stupid question. I know I can look it up. How do I produce a graph from Klipper? You have to type in a thing that produces a literally a PNG, and then you go into the file system, and the PNG will be made there. Like, it uses the MCU to produce an image of the graph based on what it saw in the resonance test. But I don't remember what the thing to type is. I always copy and paste it. Looks like Creality OS. A bit. I'm not complaining about this one at all. I typically complain. Jerry, I don't know if you know about this, but I just found out about this. This is Klipper. But they claim that it's their own. So there's a way to root it and just use mainsail. But this looks great. The screen itself is really high quality. Really surprised, actually. And it's nice. It's nice. I like this interface. I think I'm going to try the Kobra 3 Max. I had a Kobra 3 combo, the old one, and sold it. It was okay, but it was a first effort. And the same size as my Core XY machines, no advantage. Better keep it simple for your first print. Yeah, I don't know what's on there yet, so as soon as this filament is ready to go, we'll check out what's on there. Benchy. We'll see what's on there. Should always be on, except when you make a pink and white spool. The same in the backs of Bronco. Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's funny. Almost forgot my Q1 Pro. Second hot end is dead again twice in a year. No more warranty. The sprinter's been nothing but a headache. Man, Wilmar, I don't like to hear that. What happened to the hot end? Not another one that locks down. Give me. I know, man. I literally look. I have it in a different tab, Jerry. I literally found the thing right away. It's called Wrinkles, and you can install it to get mainsail and fluid and Moonraker. You get your camera. You can print from Orca, which you can't do with this machine. You can't print wirelessly to Orca from it. They lock it down. Gives you SSH access, and it gives you over-the-air updates. So, and you know, it was updated just last week already. So clearly, I shake my head. I'm gonna send them an email about it. But you know, hot take. I really like the way this looks and feels. I think the machine is really high quality feeling, looking. Hopefully it performs as good as it looks and feels, because it's nice. And the Ace Pro, the fact that it has a heater in it, it's good. It's good. Yeah, usually you got to really go backward. Like they haven't been able to make the CFS backwards compatible, as far as I understand, and that's all Klipper. So it depends. Yeah. Yeah. I did want to put carbon fiber in there. Also, are we doing some poops? There is a poop shoot. It says it's extruding filament. I don't see any extruding of any filament. I don't see it being spun or nothing. Okay, so something is up actually with this. Ah, there we go. So, sorry guys, I had this thing, the filament, my filament was not sitting in there properly, and these things were pressing on the spool, and it was not spinning. But I was not getting an error, I wasn't getting anything, it was just simply not extruding. So that's kind of interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to get you guys a better view. Let's get a view of both. All the things. There we go. Also, Jerry, I'm using my new OBSBot cameras. So this one is the 4K. No, not 4K, the Tiny 2. It should be really high quality. Look, it looks great on my end. And then this one is the older Tiny 4K. Also gimbaled. But yeah, still looking good. I know you were asking about that earlier. There's no 3D files on the USB. The 3D print file system has the test files. Interesting, okay. They trying to shoot themselves in the foot? It seems like it. Yeah. Yeah, you are 100% right. You are 100% right. I have two Q1 Pros and I have no issues with them. Love the speed. Yeah, I have one that's kind of a workhorse. Haven't done a single thing to it or needed to. It just prints whenever I needed to. I have it at my office. Trying to bamboo, but cheaper. Hope the efforts to get mainline Klipper and an Ace driver, Duck Ace, Bunny Ace to work out. I also use Wrinkles on my 3D printer and loving it. Nice. Nice, Quinn, man. Thank you for telling me that. That's good to know. Looks like we got a little bit of a filament spewage situation. But nice to see some white filament in there. That means it was tested earlier. So that might mean it's loaded, huh? Okay. All right. Let's see. Can I go to start printed? Yep, local. So we got local, UDisk, video. Can you watch the video files on here? Right on here? That's cool. And history, which is clean. All right, let's go to test models. Anycubic paper, so that's for the filament. We have a Benchy that says 53, and we have a Benchy that says 44. We have the little dinosaur. We have a shark beer bottle opener. Well, why there's two of them, I don't know. Another floppy shark. We have a spider, a 15-minute Benchy, a 36-minute Benchy, and one of those little fidget spinners. So we have 4 Benchies on here. So we have a 53-minute Benchy, a 44-minute Benchy, a 15-minute Benchy, and a 36-minute Benchy. I mean, we're obviously going to go for the 15-minute. Why they have to make the toolhead shroud so ugly? Good question. SVO8 definitely does that. Hey, Caleb, how you doing? No multicolor to see a dual swap. No multicolor to do a swap. Well, no, right here. This thing is multicolor. The problem with the multicolor print is it's 14 hours. So that's something I could do overnight or as a second test, but not today. Not today. And in fact, whatever we print, when it's done, it'll probably be close enough to 12 to end it anyway, you know? Pay attention to the filament for each model on the printer. Some are PETG. Uh-oh. And we know what that could be a problem. Okay, so the 36 minutes says ABS. This one, the 53 minutes says PETG. So we have 2 PLA models, one 44-minute and one 15-minute. Let's confirm. Okay, so it does tell you when you're in here. This is nice. This interface is actually really good. Huge kudos to the design team on this machine. Really came with it. So yeah, it says 14 minutes, 36 seconds. It uses PLA. It uses 9.3 kilograms of it. You can select auto bed leveling, flow calibration, time lapse. We don't need that, and filament drying. You can select those things before starting the print. I like that. That's cool. Let's keep filament drying for fun because that's cool. We can even print after drying. So you can have the filament, you can have the machine dry the filament first, and then after it's dried, print only then. That's cool. I like that. That's neat. Very unique. All right, let's just hit start printing and see what it does. It's calling for this blue, but we have this one. It's color matching it. That's similar to a lot of other printers there. Let's hit start. Love using this screen. It's a joy to use. All right, and we're starting. It says it's going to be leveling. The speed is set to standard. I wonder if I can click that. Of course I can. There's a sport, a standard, and a quiet. We'll keep it in standard. It's only 15 minutes. So we're heating the bed to 65, and that's what we're waiting on now. Cool. I'm digging it. PTG for life. Bro, does that screen get in the way of the MMU? It tilts down all the way? I guess. You know, when you tilt it down, it rests on the lid as well. But no, I don't think it's totally in the way. I guess it is kind of. But yeah, everything you're doing in here is above. Oh yeah, super toasty in there. That's cool. Interesting. Interesting. I think they should literally all have heating inside of them. All of them. Weird that it didn't come with desiccant. Is anyone else unable to see the mainsail console messages on Linux? Just blank, but okay on Windows. I don't know. I could check Linux. I do have Ubuntu installed, but I'm on a Mac right now. And I also tend to use Fluid over mainsail. Although I do have mainsail installed on the Magneto X, which I'm once again super excited to have this cable. Can't wait to install this. I haven't used the machine in like a month, maybe even longer. Yes, Serge, there's like a long spot for desiccant. Better they have Chinese lettering on the build plate. That feels like a bad move to me when they're shipping international market. Yeah, they do. They have both. Do not push or pull the hotbed with your hands, and then definitely something in Chinese. So at least that's both. I have both installed. You use 81. It's like right, yeah. I'll try Fluid, thank you. I like Fluid. Nice and clean. A little bit cleaner, in my opinion. I know not everyone thinks so. All right, let's see it go. I typically print PLA with everything closed. This thing has a side fan, has other cooling fans. It has a chamber fan, so we should be able to regulate temperature inside. But so that we can see a little bit better, I'm going to keep it open. Zumi, that's because it's not PCB Way's fault. It's the people that set it up. If you look at like the featured projects that are really nice, like clearly people put in the effort, it's almost like if you go to Creality Print and there's just a ton of absolute crap models and just trash. That's not Creality's fault. That's the fact that people put that up there, right? So if people go in there and spend the time and put in their stuff, like we've checked out projects in the past where you can literally click buy and it gives you the options of like, hey, this PCB has like parts that we can install. Do you want us to do that, or do you want us to ship them all in the box? You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. You can set it up however you want. So I guess some people are lazy and just throwing up their projects to see if anyone buys it. But that's not the platform's fault. From my angle, the door it is. It's definitely plastic. It's a nice molded door, but it's definitely plastic. Has magnets in it. Feels nice, looks nice, doesn't wobble. Has a nice resistance on the hinges. Doesn't open very far, but yeah, both top and bottom are plastic. Hey, Darren, all good, man. How you been? Good to see you in here. Did you see my last message? Scroll up a little bit. I did not. I must have missed it. Scrolling up now, Quinn. When a 3D printer has an update, you have to reflash Wrinkles and re-unlock Klipper. Interesting. Okay. Well, it sounds like it's fairly easy to do, at least. Right, let's read some of that. How do you install this? One of the project's name, Wrinkles. Okay. Subspecies of cobras, Cobra, Wrinkles. Okay. Let's see. Quick start guide available. Okay, let's see. Let's click that. Go to release page. Select the downloads. SW for your printer. Follow install instructions for your printer. Okay, let's go there. All right. Format the USB drive as FAT32. Okay, no problem. Create a directory named, wow, that's a crazy thing. Okay. Copy your SWU file as update.swu in that crazy name folder. Plug in the USB. Okay, you should hear a beep, meaning the printer detected it. You just install it, and we're good to go. Cool, that's so easy. So that was for the Cobra 2 series and Cobra 2 Pro. Download the version of Wrinkles you want to install from the releases. Follow the instructions. So here's for 3, here's for 2. Where's the S? What about for the S models? I guess I prefer plastic door and lid, but better software. Yeah, is the door removable? Good question. It's just 2 screws. Just 2 screws, you can just unscrew it. Need to head out. Oh, 6 a.m. flight. Nice. Thank you, man. Thank you for popping in. Good to see you. Travel safe. And have a good one, man. I'll talk to you soon. Is Moonraker the same as Fluid? Because I get an option for Moonraker is the thing that runs Fluid and Mainsail. You can't have Fluid or Mainsail without Moonraker. Moonraker is a thing that takes all these calls and lets them be used. So you always need Moonraker for any of them. Yeah, Zumi, yeah. In the guy's article that he wrote, he had links to their store, or you just click those to add them to cart, and then you can also just download his step files to print them yourself. So you can very easily order the parts from PCB Way and then print his thing. That's what I was kind of alluding to. So it's definitely in there. Fluid. I definitely prefer Fluid. I don't know, something about the user experience there and how it flows is a little bit better for me. I tend to try that. So what are we doing now? So we did auto bed leveling. Now we're preheating. I don't know, if this thing finishes in 15 minutes, we'll have enough time to install Wrinkles. So let's see. Let's go back. And let's see what they have here. Wrinkles installer. From the releases page, you'll find installer files. All right, let's check it out. Oh, there we go. Added support for Kobra S1 firmware. 2.53. Can I check it while this thing is going? Let's see. I can. General device. So I'm on 2.5.3.8. 2.5.3.5. Okay, so I am on too new of a firmware to have support. So I would have to downgrade. I probably should have waited. Let's see, S1 combo. Yeah, test the firmware. I mean, it's not just because it's not tested doesn't mean it's not supported. I'm down to try. So we need update KS1. And it was last week, the last time it was updated. I'm assuming I can't just take out this USB. Oh, here we go. Note, I know a new firmware is already out for the S1, but I still wanted to release this one as it went through good testing already. There's also the first release theoretically supporting the Kobra 3 V2. Makes you work. Although we don't have any testers yet. Okay, so that's good, honest. So yeah, basically I don't think I'll be able to install Wrinkles on this particular machine unless I go back to an older one. So as far as documentation goes, printers, S1, SW password. Wow, the password's crazy. Firmware history, boot issues, recovery, USB device compatibility, motherboard connection. I was looking for the firmware installation. Vanilla Klipper. For the K3 and KS1, some drivers are missing. Here's a patch I applied to the default config to make Klipper start. Installation. So which one of these do I have to use for the S1? Like the folder titles. Yeah, like, so Kobra 2 wants it to be update. Kobra 2 Pro wants it to be a bunch of letters. Looks like Kobra 2 Pro also wants it to be update. Yeah, there's nothing about how to install it on the S1. Starting from release this. Okay, SV file installer tool. The installer allows you to quickly install, update, and uninstall Wrinkles, update your printer firmware, perform some calibration tools. Okay. How do I get this thing? Installer main screen. GitHub releases page, find the version you want to download, installer SW, matching your printer model. Detail installation page, copy it to the drive, plug it into the printer. Okay. Once installed, SSH server will be listening on port 2222. The main screen will show you some diagnostic results. You can tap the display. This is interesting how this is done. Wow. Is the S1 supported here? Let's see. It is. And 2.5.3.8 is on here. Oh, it's the pre-release. Okay. Let's give that one instead. Installer. I do want the installer. And let's download the update as well. All right, I got both of those. We'll have to mess with that. Cool. Oh, thank you, Quinn. I appreciate it. Nice. Very convenient. Does the printer know the temp of and RH of the filament box? No LCD screen. That would be cool. Yes, it does have a temperature. It tells you right there. So right now I'm asking it for 50, and it's giving me 50. There is no humidity check though, and there's a time remaining. No humidity readout, but there is a temperature readout. Let's see if there's more actually in here. All the fans are currently running. ACE1 information, no. There is a Wi-Fi IP for the ACE. Kind of interesting that it's there. I really like this firmware. I think they did a great job. It looks good. It's really easy to use. It's lightning fast. There's no load speeds. There's no load times. Really good. Also, the machine isn't that loud at all. Not only the movement speed, but the fans. It's doing pretty good. I'm impressed. I gotta say. You know, when you hear budget machine, sometimes they're just too budget. Can I use Wrinkles on my SVO8? It doesn't sound like it. I think this is really specific to these Anycubic machines. Anyone else seeing the extruder housing moving over to the left? On the left. No? She's zipping along, yep. Margaritas will help. Use update for the name. Just remember the file. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Here, I'll do it now so that I don't forget. So we'll take a folder. We'll name it update. In it, let's put both of these. But we're going to do the installer, right? Yeah, let's take the update out for now. And in here, we'll do the installer. And we need to rename it to just update, I believe. Whoops. Update.swu. Like that. So that should be good to go. All right. I'll have that ready. Here, we'll have it down here at the bottom. Do that. Rename to update with the extension intact. Yep, got it. What do you think of the Elegoo Centauri Carbon? I've been trying to get a hold of Elegoo in some way, shape, or form to check out the Centauri Carbon for a while. Elegoo, for whatever reason, alongside with Soval, has never replied to any of my emails or messages on their other social medias. There was 3 companies: Anycubic, Soval, and Elegoo. Obviously, Anycubic finally got to me. But yeah, those are the only companies so far out of everybody else that I don't want to say that exists, but that hasn't gotten back to me. I would love to check out the machine. Better, you need to tickle the dragon and do the PD benching. That's definitely one way to say that. That's funny. The folder name is the weird name, but the file name is update. Oh, the folder name is the weird name for the S1. Sorry, it's not very clear in the instructions here actually. Right? Because when I go installation page, here we go. So for the Pro 2 is this wild name. For the 2, it's update and this update, but it doesn't say. So you're saying is this. Right, Chris? Is that what you're saying? It's pretty easy to change back to update, you know? Sorry if you've already read this, but I think the funky name folder with the update file should be the only thing on the USB drive. Oh, okay. Okay, good to know. Let's set one of those up real quick. I have some of these like old Creality ones with some mystery files on them. Let's see. I was charging my mouse, but that should have plenty of battery now. Okay, Chris, thank you. All right, let's see what's on here. Benchy's looking great, by the way. So it looks like this might be from a actual Ender 3v3. Okay. So here's what we'll do. Have an app for this. We need hard drive. Flash drive sorter. Where is it? What do we need? Not Polymaker. Flash drive sorter. Why am I blanking on the app? I guess I'll just use disk utility. No name. Let's erase this thing. Yep, and we'll name this thing Anycubic. 32. Erase. Oh, I see. Yeah. The camera is moving a little bit. It's on a long arm that I can move everywhere, so it does that. USB imager. I have SD card imager, not USB imager. But this should work. All right. And let's see where those files went. Finder window. All right, so we'll take this, we'll add it to our Anycubic folder, and then I have this app right here that'll clear up all of the annoying Mac files on there. Whoops. Clean, oh yeah, clean, and we have to pick it, pick this, choose. There's none in there. Okay, good. So let's eject this. Whatever happened with 3D Max giveaways? They began to run out of stock and been kind of harder to get a hold of. Still great. I know the person who runs the company. They're in Florida, so U.S. made, local. Great. I still recommend them all the time. They're just they got really popular and are having a hard time keeping up with the demand. So if you go on their site, it's pretty hard to find the most filament in stock, and when it does come in stock, it gets bought in massive bulk. And that's always been their main market, by the way, is like large bulk sales. So it is what they quite literally wanted. But I don't mean, you know, it doesn't mean that their giveaways are gone. I still think they're going to be interested in doing some of the bulk or the larger giveaways for events on the channel. But yeah, the dailies have been taken over by Polymaker. Man, that benchy's looking good. That looks good. I had to stop using them because I could never find the colors I needed. Yeah, that seems to be the most common thing that I hear now. Great filament, amazing deals, can't find it. Yeah. It's just going to be the update. Other files are fine to be on the USB drive. Okay, you know, we're about to find out. Should be clean, FAT32 with only that funky folder and the update, which is the installer. I should probably read about the installer again. All right, quickly install, huh? So install updates from the view. You quickly Wrinkles. Installer takes about 10 seconds to start. Once started, an SSH server will be listening on port 22222. The main screen will show you some diagnostic results. You can tap on those to display more details and apply the appropriate fix. Okay, so if that doesn't work, then we will just install the main one. But this seems like a more fun way, like to have an installer. And the fact that they're spending time to make an installer like that is really cool, actually. So, and the fact that they can do diagnostics, it's pretty cool. All right, iced coffee season. Doing all the beverages. Get hydrated, people. The benchy's looking pretty smooth. Yeah, the benchy looks great. Really, really, really good, actually. There's a little bit of ringing here and there, but not much else I can really complain about from this angle. What is it doing now? Interesting. It's homing? Why? It should already know where home is. Why is it going there? Oh, it cut the filament or what? Oh, okay. So after it's done, it homes so that it's 100% sure of where the cutting is. I guess their cut macro. So, okay, so they're running a cut macro that has home before it. So even though the printer knew exactly where it was, it homed because the cut macro has it. It's definitely Klipper, guys. Yeah, okay, and now it's pulling that filament out. Okay, I'll take that. Not bad. Now, how far back does it pull the filament? All right, so it actually leaves the filament all the way in the PTFE tube, all the way up to that four pronger. Now it's homing again. There we go. We got a beep. All right, detailed information, it says. So the model height's 48 millimeters. The consumption of PLA was 9.8 grams. The total print time is 18 minutes and 21 seconds. And the status is success. Cool. Guys, just to reiterate, we have 27 minutes left on our giveaway. Okay, if you guys are interested in winning some filament from Polymaker, I'm picking 2 winners tonight. So definitely jump in there. The link is in the chat, pinned at the top of both YouTube and on Twitch. So enter in, jump in there. 61 folks are in there. Good chances to win well, some filament. Sometimes it's more than a spool because of the amount of money. You have to be present to win. All right. It's done. Returns to 0. Yep, totally common. Probably in case of skip step. Maybe return just the fact that, you know, like when the print is done, it knows exactly where it is. It should just go there like right away. But it has to do the song and dance because those macros are generic. Those macros can be called before a print, so it needs to have that in there. All right, let's see if I can pop this out. It's still hot. Nope, came right off. All right, let's check it out, guys. Yeah, let's get this thing focused. Oh, right, I have it on manual. Hold on. Let me put it back on autofocus. Come on. Come on, camera. All day you're going to do this to me? All right, we're going manual. There we go. All right. So we got a tiny bit of ringing. This is extreme lighting, by the way. It is not that bad at all. Here's like a better example. Let's see. Can we read the back? Man, you can almost read the back. Okay, not bad. Let's see this side. A little tiny bit of ringing there. Let's see the cooling. Cooling did fantastic. Absolutely no problems with cooling. First layer was perfect. Let's see the tops. Tops are pretty good. I don't see anything crazy. Square, round, pretty good. Overhangs. Yeah, definitely no problems with cooling on this machine. Everything looks really good. Nice and sharp. I would say this is a fantastic 15-minute benchy. Like really, really good benchy. You know, this filament is also not like a hyper speed filament as well. You know, obviously it's one of these shiny gloss silk filaments. So I guarantee you with a single color, this would be even better looking, which, yeah, I would say that's a great success as far as benchies go. So. End code, not macro. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jack. What filament? This is Starlight, Panchroma. Oh yeah, Starlight Comet, Panchroma by Polymaker. So it's actually not PLA, right? It's whatever their other stuff is. Okay, so let's check this out. So I'm gonna remove this, and we are gonna. Hold on, let's get you guys back here, right there. Let's go back to this and autofocus. Okay, and now let's put in our USB. Okay, just like it said, it's gonna beep. And it's gonna start in about 10 seconds. If I did it correctly. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. Wrinkles installer. Fantastic. I know it's a little glary. Let's see if I can rotate the machine some. That makes it worse. Let's make it better. No, some good glare. All right, I'm going to hit continue. Wrinkles, everything is awesome. We can install updates, diagnostics, reboot, and tools. Let me just peek what's in tools. Generate a debug bundle, reset Wrinkles configuration, backup partitions, clean old Wrinkles, and uninstall. Okay, great. I'm going to hit install. Wrinkles current version not found. The latest version is this. Okay. Anycubic current version. Yep. Cool. Latest version. Yep. So we're good there. What do I do here? Where is the install button? Do I hit manage? Okay, here's the latest. So let's just get the latest, right? The latest. We're going to do the test because when I was here, the pre-release said that it works on this. Wait for it. Wait for it. Where was I? Right here. So if I go to here, and then wait for it. Hold on. Let me find it. Give me a second. Wrinkles. 36 releases. Here we go. Pre-release. O2 test. This one says added support for Kobra S1 firmware 2.5.38. So that's what I need. I want to do this test one. This is the latest test version. Might not be completely stable. That's okay because I will know that that's a thing. So I'm just going to hit download. And it's downloading. This is a really great tool. Jay Batanet. Fantastic job with this. Really, really crushed it. You and Gilus are on a whole different level with this stuff. Really great. What's going on here? I think my my little rotate thing got overheated. Hey, cat. What's up? What's up, girl? Come here. Come here, cat. Come here. Say hi. All right, y'all. The 16-year-old came out. Say hi to the good people here. Old lady. What's up? She loves to give me giant-sized hairballs on our carpeting. And there's nothing I can do about it. No, not on the table. Say hi. Say goodbye with your little boots. She prefers this position, by the way. I can literally hold her like this all day. She'll just sit there. All right, old lady. Can't throw you anymore like I used to. That's old for a cat. It is. It is. I've definitely had this cat forever. I feel like. Okay, ready to install. Let's install. It's extracting. I love this firmware. It's so easy to use. It looks great. The screen is nice. Man, okay. All right, Anycubic. This is good stuff. She loves her dad. Yeah, she sleeps on my chest every single day. She'll walk on both my kids' faces to get over to me. She doesn't care. Yeah, Mark, so far so good. Obviously we're using a test firmware, so let's pump our brakes a little bit, but it looks like you can pretty easily put on a different firmware with this, which is really nice. Let's see what some of the issues are on here. Oh, we got a beep and a green line, which I'm guessing is good. All right, and the machine turned dark. So when we boot back up, I'm guessing, let's see, 192. I made, oh right, I never made the machine have the same IP address. So now I gotta wait a second and give it an IP reservation. I'm guessing first boot's gonna take a minute. And if it doesn't boot, well, we know that it's my fault. Oh, there it goes. We got some beeps. Should I take this out so it doesn't turn on the installer? Let me just leave it in there for right now. All right, so everything else is still good. Let me make sure this thing. Where's the IP address? It was here, right? Yeah, so 77. So let me make sure that this has the address reservation on. Let's go back, refresh. Okay. Advanced address reservation. Where is the machine? Printer. Where are you, machine? All right, let's go back all the way then. Network. Printer Anycubic Kobra. Okay, it's online. Device isolation is on. We have the correct IP address. Let's go back to advanced. Address reservation. Where are we? Why am I missing this machine in the screen? Oh, I have to hit plus. Plus, select from client. And we're going to find printer, Anycubic Kobra, save. All right, there we go. So now it'll have a static IP address, and it doesn't see any other device on the network except for itself. So we are safe to go. All right, so now I want to pull up Fluid. I'm just going to type in the IP address first just to see where it goes, or nowhere. Looks like it doesn't go to anywhere. Yeah, the Vox Lab got merged back into starts with an F. 85X. Flashforge. Flashforge was their parent company. So Vox Lab got absorbed back into there. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. But that's why I try to merge the chats so that you can see both at least. Okay, so how do I, guys, how do I pull up the, you know, like on a Creality machine, it's like 4408, right? Yeah, thanks, B-Cuddy. I'm slow. What do I type in on this one to pull this up? What's the fluid? Actually, I remember you guys talking about it towards the top, but I can't go back that far in the chat. What's the, do you guys remember what I have to type in for fluid? Or does it tell me here? I don't recall having to enter a port. Oh, okay. So now I have to install, so now that the firmware is installed, I basically need to SSH into it. Right? That's what needs to happen. Because, right, it's not like I just installed everything. I just installed the firmware. For fluid, not sure. I mean, it's 4407. I thought it was like 4408. Whoops, I typed in 09 by accident. I'm assuming it's not just randomly installed. Yeah, it would have just booted up. I think I need to SSH in 81. Gotta love how random they all are. It really is, Nico. That was a really nice experience. But I'm assuming, like I said, I'm assuming I need to SSH into it. Could be on 80. Let's see. I do have a feeling that it needs to be installed. Like, it's not just on there. No, it's not any of these. Nope, no ports. Although it did say something about 2222, but that was something else. All right, let's do SSH, right? And there's a thing in here. Go to device information, printer information. IP should be shown there. Open the browser, your printer IP, mainsail by default. From there, you'll be able to control your printer. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. You know what? I did have this happen with some other machine. And it had to do with my network setup. Let me try something. Let me try to remove this from my network here. Let's go off. Boom. Let's try this. 4408 is fluid. I see a fluid button right there. It says fluid right there. There it goes. So yeah, 4408. The camera right away. Oh yeah. Yeah, guys, this isn't Klipper at all. Come on. Oh, that's such a bummer. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like that. It always makes me feel uncomfortable when they try to do that kind of thing. Looks like I can't change the settings on here. Yeah, so just like it looks like let's do raw stream. Let's see if it'll let me. No. So just like some other manufacturers, they block the camera port specifically. I have a log file. That's okay. It literally doesn't matter. Where is the settings? Let's go back to here. Anycubic. Kobra S1. All right, and then there's primary color. Let's make it that funky orange. There we go. Yeah, that's what we'll do. There we go. Now it's looking correct. All right, and now we have access to the system. We have the configuration files. We're able to tune it however we want. If it's not printing in the desired way, we can do whatever. Wrinkles, fantastic, absolutely fantastic software. Whoops, let's see what this was. Default, custom. So it gives us a CFG for custom and generate. Okay, yeah. Does it pull the custom one? Yeah, to modify, please use custom. Interesting. So it leaves this one intact, and you can modify the other one. This is done correctly, guys. This is all done correctly. I love it. Man, the printer is really fun. I'm digging it. I can't wait to mess this thing a little bit more. Guys, there's about 9 minutes left in our giveaway for those just joining. 8 minutes left. Pinned comment, top of the chat, Polymaker giveaway. We're picking 2 winners tonight. You have to be present or I'll pick another one. Yeah, this is great. I've yet to use the camera on my S1. That was true, Guardian. That's right. What is the difference between mainsail and fluid? They work exactly the same way. Just the way that things are positioned and are put on your screen in front of you are just slightly different experiences. Some people say the fluid's a little... Sorry, cat. Some people say the fluid's a little bit more easier to understand, and I happen to agree. I think the UI for fluid is a little bit better. Whoops, did I close it? Oh, 4408. So let's see, by the way, if I just make this 9, this should be mainsail. So Quinn, you have both, and you can use whichever one. Yeah, the first boot takes a minute. Thank you. Now I can see a full-size camera. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So this is mainsail. It's just a little bit different. Some of these things look a little bit different. They have different measurements, different placement, different places to click to go through the file systems or things like that. The console's in a different spot. I just, for whatever reason, I've always preferred fluid. I just like the way that it looks and feels and seems a little bit more, I don't know, user-friendly to me. Like, you know, you have the full version for jobs, all your history here. According to this, I have zero hours on this machine, which is obviously not true. Giant console if you really wanted to focus on it and type things. But yeah, you can go full screen on the camera. Although I gotta say, once again, this is not the best experience for a camera. There should be a way to go into the settings and update this manually. But you got to dig around a little bit. Where is our bed? There we go, bed mesh. Let's load it. No existing mesh is found. Well, let's make one. There's a button. There's a thing on the side here that says Tighten. And I'm not sure what that means. That's what I was looking for, but apparently it didn't load anything. It's one of those things where 99% of the time you don't need that fine control, but the 1% of the time it will bring the printer to a halt when it's a simple config edit. Man, you said that so much better than I could have said it. This, whoops, I keep clicking the wrong stuff. This is it right here, everybody. This is 100% true, and this is I couldn't have said it better myself. Fluid is more fluid. Yeah, you know, you can customize the colors, the logos, all kinds of stuff, just like everything else, really. But camera settings in the settings, it's called webcam, I think. Yeah, it is, but you can't. Sometimes the default camera you can't alter in any way. You can like add an additional one with different settings, but sometimes the printer manufacturers make it really difficult to edit those settings outside of their own firmware or their own version of the firmware, and that seems to be the case. Oh, right. There's no mesh because we just reinstalled a whole new firmware. Right. You can on mine? Oh. I am on a test firmware because I updated the printer today. So that could be a thing. It looks like we're about to do some bed meshing. Yeah, it's going 170 on the extruder and 80, or nope, sorry, 60 on the hotbed. So you're saying you have webcam controls? Yeah, I mean, typically right here, you could change this, but you can't. Unless I can type, it just doesn't show me. Yeah, you can't, see? For whatever reason, I can't change anything on here. Maybe I have to disable it first? Let's see. I can't even disable it. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to add a camera. I'm going to call this test camera. Let's make this... Yeah, adaptive is right. That's correct. Make the target 30. Target not a focus is fine. It's fine. Let's see if it'll let us add a second camera. It does. But yeah, so see how they're locked? They're both locked at 1. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Here, we'll go to test only. Yeah, it's just locked at 1. And you can do that. There's like settings in here that you can mess with. Look at that. There's Wrinkles settings. Yeah, it's not in here. Maybe it's in Moonraker. I don't remember off the top of my head. But it's like, you know, it's in code. Let me see. Webcam. Make this 30. Although it doesn't matter. Streamer adaptive. Yeah, it's right here. This is how you do it. I'll save it for now. It's not gonna work. And also, let me remove test from later from here. Guys, there's about 2 minutes left in the giveaway, just as a heads up. Yeah, there's no effect. Like, you got to mess with this thing. There's a way to do it, but like I said, they make it more difficult than it should be. There was no protection if it was not home. It was a bad damage to bed. I don't know, man. Looks like mine's doing okay for now, but yeah, I read that a little too late. Check webcam settings from Wrinkles menu. I think it was always. I think it's always for higher FPS. Where is the Wrinkles menu? Oh, like on the card. Here, let's try it. I'm assuming I can load that up at any time. The camera view with Anycubic slicer next is pathetic. So this fluid interface view is amazing. Yeah, I mean, at least you get... I mean, it looks high resolution enough. Like, it doesn't look bad. It's just slow. You're getting a motion picture. Oh, there you go. Wrinkles guides. Main sale, add webcam. Oops. So I think by us adding in this this firmware, I messed up the bed. Yeah, we have an error. It errored out. Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to halt this. Just because I don't want it to... I don't want it to mess anything up. Let's do a firmware restart on that. Let it turn back on. Wrinkle settings are on the printer UI. Go to your settings, it's at the bottom. Oh, like not on here? I thought it'd be like in tools or something. Reset, bag of partitions, clean old wrinkles on a... Okay, you're right, you're right. It says everything's awesome, which is great. So you're saying it's in settings. Oh yeah, look at that, wrinkles. Oh, you can just pull it up from here. Oh wait, no, this is something else. There's a snake. Aha. Code, language, screen time, wrinkles. Not there. On the printer display. Jason. I got Jason crying over here. Complex with China spyware. Okay, manage apps, install updates, advanced settings. Manage apps. Restore wrinkles, switch to stock, disable wrinkles. This is great, man. What a great little firmware. Main sale, fluid, we got that. Yep, 30. That's on there. 30. 50 remote display? What's remote display? Wrinkles monitor. I'm going to install these. That seems fun. Remote display. And wrinkles monitor. I don't know what those are. Can I click them to open them? Yeah. Replaces the default Anycubic camera stream with MJPEG streamer for main sale, fluid, and other Moonraker clients. Yeah, looks like that's working fine. Let's hit the settings. Resolution, it's at 720. I can make it 1080p. That's kind of interesting. Just as a test, I want to make it 480. And let's hit restart. Because I want to see if at 480 it goes faster or not. All right, let's go here. Can I hit, is there a reboot button? I love that it shows you the disk usage currently, like it's 6% at the moment. This firmware is really, really well done, guys. This is really well done. I should probably do this so you guys could have seen what I'm doing here. Is there a reboot on here? No. No. Oops, I clicked it again. That's okay. Can you do 420? Because the number is also... Yeah. 420. Nice. Yeah, alright, so let's do a reboot of the host. Let's go back. Let's do a reboot of the host. Wait for it to reboot. Did that not listen, actually? Are you sure you want to reboot? Yes, I do. Alright, looks like we're going to manually reboot. Because it's not listening to that command. I'm going to just manually shut it down and reboot it. Remote display lets you control the printer screen from a VNC or web browser. Oh, fantastic. What's the oldest guy here, chat? Tell me. Let's all say 420. Alright, guys, it's 12:04. I think our giveaway is up. So as soon as I restart this thing and click around a little bit more, we'll go ahead and pick the winner. And we'll do a little bit of a conclusion. Zumi woke up. Sativa. $46, not bad, still young. I'm 38. Hard day. Hey, you know, sometimes you gotta nap. All right, let's see what the camera is looking like. Service unavailable. Why is our service unavailable out of nowhere? Is it still booting? Oh, okay, the machine is still booting slowly. All right, let's see what the camera looks like. F480. Okay, so a tiny bit faster. We're getting 3 FPS. So that's not worth it. I would rather have a clean, crisp image that goes at 1 FPS than a not clean, crisp image. Okay, so we learned about that. All right, so let's go here. I love that there's a menu in here. This is really good. Talk about the community coming together and like fixing the problems that the manufacturers for some reason all collectively refuse to do. Oh, there we go. Reboot, restart, switch to stock. It's all on here. Okay, I just got to get used to it. Manage apps. All right, let's go back to this one. Let's go to settings. I'm going to change the resolution now to 1080. And then, whoops, gotta click the escape. 18 forever. Nice. Takes a sweet time to boot, it does. Burn carve. Yeah, mine does too. Burn. What does 1080 go at 10 frames? Well, it doesn't listen to frames like that, unfortunately. Here, let's do restart Wrinkles. No, let's do reboot printer. Are you sure you want to reboot? Yes. So we should lose everything, really. There we go. Okay. So when it boots back up, we should be at 1080p. Which I have a feeling is just going to be a better setting for this machine. It's not going to be fluid. You're not going to be watching a video, per se, but Hey, Papa's here. What's up? Three hours. He's confused. Just for fun. Just chatting. It does take a little while to boot, doesn't it? Must have a slow processor. Well, Nico, that's not the thing. Like, you know, I bet in their own firmware, I bet in their own software, it moves much faster. I mean, that could be the case, but like Crowley does this all the time. Like on the K2 Plus, you can't even see a camera feed in Fluid. You don't even get one. You only get it in the app, and in the app, it looks amazing. It's super, super like fluid, pun intended. But yeah, in firmware, I mean, in the software, it just doesn't let you go, and it doesn't let you see it even. All right, let's see. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Can you guys tell? That's what I would keep it at. That is super sharp. The boat just look at this. The boat just appears. That's funny. That's not bad. I would keep it here personally. All right. I won't mess with it much more. But yeah, great benchy. Really fun firmware to mess with. Wrinkles. Jay Batanet. Man, you crushed it. This looks so good. Fantastic firmware. Fantastic installer. I love that it's like on a thing now, so I can always just reach for it and get it and throw it on there, even though it's in the settings. Here, let's take a look at some of the other setting features, because that's fun to do. Disable mainsail if you aren't going to use it for Amsterdam. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Go back, install apps. I'm not going to use mainsail, that's for sure. If I click into Fluid, what am I getting here? Okay, so there's nothing to actually like edit in here. All right. Let's see, Moonraker. What options can I have in Moonraker? Auto leveling when starting prints. Vibration compensation when starting prints. I like that. Flow calibration when starting prints. This is great. This is the type of thing where a lot of manufacturers pay a lot to have their machines do this stuff so that you have perfect prints, and you can do that even though apparently they don't. It does take a little bit longer, but you know, if you want your prints to be perfect every time, you can turn that on. I like that. That's cool. What else? Remote display. Enables VNC server running on port 5900. And client web applications running on port 5800. Warning, this app is CPU intensive. I'm going to turn this app off for now because I'm not going to do it at the moment. But that's nice. And then Wrinkles monitor, what's this? Collects system performance metrics and pushes them to the internet. Oh, to the internal MQTT broker. All right, we also don't need that at the moment. So let's just free it up to the basics here, and we're good to go. Cool. I like it. I like it. That's cool. All right, everybody, let's do this. Let's give away some filament. Polymaker has been waiting. All right, let's go to this. I'll keep that open. This is fine. We can close this. All right, let's go. I'm going to refresh here, and then we're going to go onto my different screen. We're going to go to winners. All right, don't forget, we're picking 2 winners today. So there's going to be 2 names. Winners to draw. Oh, I can't do 2 at the same time. Okay, so we're going to do 1 at a time. We're going to do 1 at a time, and we're going to do it twice. Okay? All right, let's go. 65 people, 66 people. Let's go. We're going to draw. Announce the first winner with Avatar. All right, we got Glenn H. Glenn H, are you... your entry number 36. Are you in the chat? Congratulations. I'm going to wait a couple minutes for Glenn H to reply here in the chat. We're going to do 2, 3D Odyssey. We're going to do 2. because I skipped the last few live streams, so we're gonna pull in from there. I'm here. Hey, Hanson Haulers. Congratulations, Glenn. Here's what you need to do. You need to send me an email, or also, when I'm done saying this stuff, let me know in the chat that you've heard and you know what to do. So what you need to do is you need to email me at fedor@3dprintsos.com. That's FEDOR at 3dprintsos.com. You need to email me, say, hey, I'm this person. I won this giveaway from your live stream, and I'm going to get back to you with a specific code and a Polymaker form that you fill out with your basic information, and they basically attach, they give you a coupon code with a credit to their website. You can add on to it, do whatever you want. Sometimes when film is on sale, you can even buy more than one with that, so it's pretty cool. So Hanson, congratulations, / Glenn. Let me know if that's cool. You can also find my email in the About section of my YouTube channel. Let me know if you got that, and we'll pick another winner. And congratulations. Got it? Awesome. All right, congrats, Glenn. Let's do another winner. So let's unannounce this particular winner. And we are going to pick another one. Click repick. All right, we got another one. Announce winners. Announce. We got Will M, which I think that's Wilmar. Wilmar, is that you? I think it is. It's Wilmar. Will, congratulations. I know you were in here earlier. I don't know if you left or not. But congratulations, Will. You in here? Let me know in the chat. I don't think I've seen your name pop up for a little while here. But I could be wrong. I'm Will. Yeah, I hope he's still here too. Will is always in my live streams. Yeah, he was talking about the cheating machines earlier. Well, it's still not too late. If Wilmar is not here, you have to be present to win. So I'm Will now. Will was entry number 6. He was here the whole time. Oh, there he is. Wilmar is here. Will, congratulations. You won yourself a spool as well. Will, I'm going to say the same spiel. You need to email me at fedor@3dprintsos.com. That's FEDOR@3dprintsos.com. Please shoot me an email and say, hey, I'm this person. I won Polymaker's giveaway on this live stream, and I will send you a code and the Polymaker form for you to fill out, and it will attach a credit to your account, and you can order whatever you want from their website. So Will, let me know if you got it or not. Got it? Cool. Congratulations to the both of you, Glenn and Will. Cool. We got 2 4-letter names today. Congrats, guys, and thank you, Polymaker. All right, so what do I make of all this? Let's do a quick conclusion here before I cut you guys loose. So we got to thank the channel sponsors, right? Multiboard is the first one. Multiboard.io, guys, check that thing out. Fantastic. I'll have a video coming out soon. Any members, any YouTube members, and Patreon members will see the video first for a few days before it comes out to the channel. So definitely thanks to Multiboard for that. Thank you to PCB Way. Hopefully you guys checked out PCB Way and saw all the cool stuff there. And obviously huge thank you to Polymaker for sponsoring the channel with some filament, as well as these giveaways for the live stream. It's fantastic. Guys, if you want to support the channel, you guys already know all sorts of various ways. But one of my favorite ways is this. If you guys go ahead and scan this real quick, it'll take you to 3dprintsos.com. I worked pretty hard to design some of the merch there. Grab yourself some. As you can see, the prices, they're literally as low as humanly possible. Like you can't even make any money on them. That's not what it's for. This is a way for you guys to support the channel and get something back in return. Instead of just, something digitally, you get something physical. Cool shirts, cool mats, whatever it might be. Get yourself a mug. They're fantastic. Or a gift for someone that's in your life that loves 3D printing. Yeah, and it supports me as well. So huge thank you to that. Yeah, thanks to all the members. I think we're in the 40s for members. So thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoy the content that I'm about to shoot your way very soon here, probably before next week. I'm hoping to finish it latest this weekend. So thank you, BW. Appreciate that. Thanks, Nico. Very informative live. Yeah, absolutely. We love doing this. I might also do another one of these Thursday. Always look out on my channel for what's it called? For the notifications about live streams. For the next live stream, lots of ways we can go. Maybe I'll do a poll tomorrow about what we should do on Thursday, because I can do firmware for the Micron, the tool changer. We can do firmware for the K1 Max because that needs tuning, and that thing could actually print really fast now, which is cool. We can start to put together our ridiculous, probably one of the most expensive Death Racer builds. We can start technically do the A8 as well. That needs to be done. We can work on all. There's a lot of options for what we can do. So a bunch more coming your way. So fun. Just as a conclusion about this, good job, Anycubic. Seriously. I think the quality of this machine for the price is pretty good. I think the features are awesome. It feels nice. It looks nice. I don't know the performance long term, but if it can keep this quality on my prints, look at that thing shine, by the way. If it can keep this quality on the prints, this is a 15-minute benchy. What's the 20-minute benchy look like? How much better is it going to get than this? I know you guys are looking at it and some pretty intense light, so we get to see like every single little problem. It almost looks better in person. But yeah, I want to torture test this and find what it's bad at, because so far it's looking pretty good. As you guys know through the stream, I'm not a big fan of them hiding Klipper. I'm not gonna say I'm offended, but I really don't like that, and I've fought for other manufacturers to release theirs officially through the settings, and to give credit where credit is due, especially because it's open source and there's rules and laws and just morals around open source. This firmware Wrinkles is phenomenal. Great work, guys. Even the beta one works really well. Obviously this is like a pre-release, and it's fantastic. Yeah, awesome. I had a lot of fun. Cool machine. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna compare it against other similarly priced multicolor machines. Yeah, really fun. And sand the damn, yeah, 100%. Yeah, and snips, guys. This machine is this is going to be a lot of people's first printer, and when they get it, they won't have any filament or snips to cut filament or any proper tools at all. That stuff is really inexpensive to add. It doesn't even have to be high quality. We all know that snips like this are just bare bones and cost nothing. So yeah, but very, very little like actual negatives things to say so far. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'll do some test prints and let you guys all know. All right, printer 79 unboxed, ready to go. All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Anycubic, for giving me a chance and sending me the machine. Thank you to channel sponsors. Thank you, everybody, for being here. All right, I'm out of here. I'll probably see you guys Thursday. All right, out. See ya.